Hi.
Yo.
I pulled the switch out because I wanted to see if it's the same problem as the other one. So just be mindful it's sticking out. I have the other one.
Oh, yeah, sorry, no, he was talking to me about the light switch.
I'm damaged for very different reasons. I mean...
Okay, there we go. I'm going
Is it picking up
to...
everyone else's?
Yeah, so OBS has this problem apparently every time I update my computer that it chooses my headset microphone first, even though that's not the default. And I assume it's the same. Yeah, okay. It does the same thing with Discord. It's really stupid. All right. Now that I am
Can you hear me
here...
now, Nana?
What?
Nana in the chat was saying she couldn't hear, saying they couldn't hear me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep.
Just because I don't talk a lot.
No, you're good. Okay, now that I'm actually fucking here, I'm going to do my intro again. I love a Scuff stream. It's beautiful. So, hello!
Hey, Scuff.
Hello, fellow scholars. It is me, the Bulba Boy, with my friend Vlad. We are very damaged people who loved Homestuck growing up. And we're about to damage Orville. It's gonna be great.
Yeah, mental fucked upitude.
It's gonna be amazing. So
I am going to finally destroy my sanity for no clear gain whatsoever.
yay!
But it should be funny.
So, Orville, tell everybody about what your current knowledge of Homestuck is.
Okay, so the meme is that the main thing I know is The Baby Is You, Toby Fox's rock opera about Homestuck characters giving birth to each other. I am fairly knowledgeable about The Baby Is You. As far as I know, Homestuck is about 13-year-old boys giving birth to each other. That one of the warnings on the Homestuck thing was Mpreg leads surprising amount of credit to a theory that was a shitpost by Toby Fox. So otherwise, there are trolls who are both internet trolls and literal trolls who want to fuck people out of hate and have some other strange relationship types. I think platonic soulmates is another.
Yeah!
I don't remember the other ones, if I knew them ever. The fandom talks about it like it's the Necronomicon.
Basically.
It might as well be.
So Holden has said that Idol from Killer Instinct is somehow a character in it. I guess for people who don't know Killer Instinct, Idol is a two-headed Cyclops who is the final boss of that game. I know there's a magic sword soaked in Santa killing juice called the Kringle Fucker.
Whoa, Kringle Fucker be upon ye.
I do not like what the caption translated Santa killing juice as.
Oh yeah, Nana apparently got me special candy. Nana got me gushers!
Oh, hell yeah!
Now your head can turn into a fruit on screen.
Yeah! It's important. Gushers are important. They're you'll figure out very soon. Oh, I'm so excited.
Oh, there's the...
There's a what? A magical sword that's called the Kringle Fucker. You okay, Orville?
Yes, yes, okay. I was... And, Lord British from Ultima is also a character.
You're so close. Lord British. Anyway.
I mean, no, Ultima is literally a game that has a character named Lord British.
Oh, okay, okay.
Sure.
According to Wikipedia, the fictional ruler of Britannia, a kingdom in the fictional world of Sosaria, created by Richard Garriott for his video game series Ultima.
Alright, and then before I read the trigger list, Vlad, what is, without spoiling, what is your favorite moment from Homestuck?
Bro hug. Yeah,
we love a good bro hug. I think mine is, oh, I don't know what my favorite is. It just keeps happening, yeah. Cascade. I'm a basic bitch, I gotta say Cascade. That means absolutely fuck all.
Okay. The only thing I really know is the baby is you, so by default my favorite is the baby is you.
Yep. It will kind of make sense. Alright, so for everyone, here's a list of triggers that I'm going to pin at the top. Apparently there's like triggers for the entire comic as a whole, but not the acts, so I had to like dig through. So triggers for Act 1 include ableism, particularly use of the R word. We will not be saying the R word, and yeah, it will unfortunately be there a couple times. Alcoholism, the ashes of a dead family member, toxic parental relationships, mentions of dead pets, and mild homophobia. I don't remember if there's racism in the first chapter, or the first act, so sometimes there's mild racism as well. So, are you guys ready to boogie?
I am.
Are you ready, Vlad?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, cool. So Orville gets to be the,
Ready.
You got your kitty?
I'm ready.
Oh, you're
ready.
Okay. So Orville says he gets to be the, narrator.
A young man stands in his bedroom. It just so happens that today, the 13th of April, 2009, is this young man's birthday. Though it was 13 years ago he was given life, it is only today he will be given a name. What will the name of this young man be?
I have no idea.
Enter name.
Zeus Malboop Lord. Try again, dumbass. John Egbert. Alright, let's examine that room. You coming
examining it?
Your name is John. As previously mentioned, it is your birthday. A number of cakes are scattered about your room. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for really terrible movies. I was trying to come up with a good way to do the all caps. You like to program computers, but you are not very good at it. You have a fondness for paranormal lore and are an aspiring amateur magician. You also like to play games sometimes. What will you do?
What do you like about his room?
Let's see. He's a... I like his Mac and Me poster.
Yeah, he doesn't have arms. Isn't that weird? It's not just his art style, apparently. But he's got Mac and Me, he's got Ghostbusters 2, and Con Air. I'm sure that Con Air won't mean anything in the future.
I guess you're gonna miss the
Friendship Raid!
Bulba Boy.
E-Raid? You're talking about
Hello, people.
right? View and
You
It's
know-
very funny. See,
Yeah.
click
And you're
going
talking
into the
about raiding their
stream window, back into the stream
For their
window,
viewership,
and
right?
realizing that the
Oh,
raid alert is
yeah.
silent because I didn't want to double up on hearing people talking.
I'll let you know when to. I'm gonna greet the raiders, and then I'll let you know to
Yeah.
continue.
I
Okay.
have my stream on chat only mode.
Hello, I'm eating gushers because that's really lore important, but it's me, the Bulba Boy, and I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy, indie Nintendo streamer, trans and neurodivergent, and we're streaming Homestuck. We're gonna be doing this every other week, starting on Saturdays, but today's a special day. But you'll be joining me and my friend Vlad, cutedarkarts, as we indoctrinate Orville, who is a Homestuck virgin. Marlo's also a Homestuck fan. I watch their Homestuck streams every year. It's really important. How was your Homestuck stream? I hope it was great. Anyway, we're going to continue the adventures. Yeah, it's an important day. He was born. All
He
right.
was born. His name is John. He has a lot of cakes. It is his birthday. He has a passion for terrible movies, really terrible movies like Ghostbusters 2 and Mac and Me, and Con Air.
Turn the music
A
down.
fondness for paranormal lore, programs computers, but is not very good at it, and is an aspiring amateur magician.
Yeah.
So quickly retrieve arms from. So it is time to quickly retrieve arms from drawer, I believe.
Yep. Remove those arms.
Your arms are in your magic chest, Poop Lord.
Remove cake from the magic chest.
Out of sympathy for John's perceived lack of arms, you pick up the cake for him and put it on his bed.
All right.
We retrieve arms from magic chest. Should I read the commands or should you read the commands?
I can read the commands, that way you know to flip the page.
Oh, good idea.
Turn to page 1. No, what's funny here is that he's holding his arms with his arms.
I do like that.
Yeah.
I do like that a lot.
So now his arms are captulogged.
You retrieve your fake arms from the chest. Use these for hilarious antics. You captcha-log them in your Siladex. You have no idea what that actually means, though. I don't either, don't worry. There are other items in the chest.
Alright, John, examine the contents of the chest.
In here you keep an array of humorous and mystical artifacts, each one a devastating weapon in the hands of a skilled magician or a cunning prankster. You are neither of these things. Among the artifacts are two fake arms, currently captulogged in your Siladex, one pair of trick handcuffs, one stunt sword, one magician's hat, one pair of beagle puss glasses, several smoke pellets, several blood capsules, and one copy of Colonel Sassacre's daunting text of magical frivolity and practical japery, and one copy of Harry Anderson's Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. Some of this stuff may come in handy at some point. For now, you decide to just take the smoke pellets.
Alright, John, capture-log those smoke pellets.
You stow the smoke pellets on one of your capture-log cards in your Siladex. You still aren't totally sure what that means, but at least you're starting to get the hang of the vernacular, at least. You have 2 empty capture-log cards remaining.
John, equip your fake arms.
You aren't totally sure if equip is a verb copacetic with the abstract behavioral medium in which you dwell, but you give it a try anyway. Unfortunately, you cannot access the fake arms. Their card is underneath the one you just used to capture-log the smoke pellets. You will have to use the pellets first in order to access the arms. But this is probably unadvisable since you'd just make your room lousy with smoke. Your Syllodex's fetch modus is currently dictated by the logic of a stack data structure. You are never all that great with data structures, and you find the concept puzzling and mildly irritating. But with any hope, perhaps you will advance new, more practical fetch modi for your Sylladex with a little more experience.
All right, John, examine your problem sleuth poster.
Okay. Is it even possible to get more hard-boiled than that? You really doubt it. This poster was one of your wisest purchases. It has a link, opens to a link.
Yeah, let's see. I think it's... Yeah, so it opens up to the Topedo Co. website. I don't have a source for that for my browser in this page, but I go over here. Whoa. Where is it? It opens up to the Topedo Co. website and shows off the awesome poster in John's room. So you too can have a really sick poster.
So that's only $14, and that's $14 in 2000. Admittedly, it's $14 in 2009 money, but which means it's probably like the equivalent of like $20 today or something.
Yeah. What, did you read Problem Sleuth?
I have one of the books.
I remember reading it, but then like not remembering a single fucking thing that happened. I do remember there was like a pirate ship called the Chicago Overcoat, which is what I named my laptop at the time. Pretty badass name. All right, John, read note on drawer.
Okay. Will do. This note is rich with the aromas of fatherly aftershaves and colognes. Beside the note is a rolled-up poster.
Why is this song playing? Hold on, no, we can't listen to that song. I just wanted to play the same... Okay, sorry, continue. What does the note say?
Oh, happy birthday, son. I am so proud of you.
Aww.
Aw, thanks, Dad.
Alright, John, take your poster.
Another birthday artifact. You wonder what is printed on the poster. You'll need some way to hang it on your wall.
Acquire hammer and nails. They will come in handy.
You first place the hammer into your Sylladex, but now all your Capsulog cards are full. You wonder what will happen if you try to take the nails. You guess it doesn't hurt to try.
John, take nails. You see what happens?
You Capsulog four nails into the top card and push all of the artifacts down a card. The fake arms are pushed entirely out of the deck. Oh well, they're probably completely useless anyway. But you probably don't want to do that again unless you want to drop the smoke pellets and suffer the consequences. In any case, you now feel like you've gathered enough things to get down to business and do some really important stuff. The next thing you do will probably be exceptionally meaningful.
Yeah, it's a stack overflow, so too much stuff, it's gonna spew out whatever's at the back of the deck, so... Alright, John, squawk like an imbecile and shit on your desk.
This is the dumbest idea you've had in weeks. Stupid, stupid, stupid. And yet, the polished surface of your desk, it beckons.
I love his face. John, combine the nails and hammer.
You merge the top two cards. The hammer and nails are now capsulogged on the same card and can be used together.
Hello, Ricky. You are just in time. John is learning how his inventory works.
This whole game is this whole comic has been inventory management so far.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alright, use hammer and nails on your poster.
Use the hammer and nails card in conjunction with the card beneath it.
Notice he fucked up and merged 2 cards, so now he only has 3 inventory slots. Nail your poster to the wall. Yep, that's Vlad. Ricky says hi. Alright. Alright, so he's trying to get the poster on the wall. It's a Little Monsters poster!
Use the hammers, nails, and poster on the blank space on the wall. It's glorious. Exactly what you wanted. The old man really came through this time.
Alright, John, examine your Con Air poster.
Should I click the link on the put the bunny back in the box?
It's literally a clip from Con Air. That is so fucking funny. I don't remember them actually putting the video in the comic.
Put the bunny back in the box.
I knew you was a punk. And I was right. You been playing us all along. You a free man.
I said.
Okay, because I would have just believed that this was actually in the original comic if you clicked on it. You got a video clip.
I once watched this movie while I was high, and I regret doing so. Yeah, I don't want to get copyright struck, but yeah, I decided one day I was gonna smoke a ton of weed on Homestuck Day and watch Con Air. That was a bad mistake. The prison industrial complex is nothing you want to watch when it's like before New York made it recreationally legal. Anyway, put the bunny back in the box. That won't be worth anything someday. Alright, John, examine your Deep Impact poster.
Okay, I'm just finishing the clip.
Oh yeah, you're good.
Okay, it just ended. We got some Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, that won't mean anything.
I was like, Nicolas Cage is enough of a shitpost that he would shitpost, but I feel like he would come up again.
Yeah.
This Homestuck probably fits somewhere in the Nicolas Cage timeline. I mean, there's a time where he's sacrificed. He's sacrificed by a bunch of weird bee women. Dies, catches on fire, is reborn as Ghost Rider. Probably before that, but I don't know. Maybe Nicolas Cage is on fire in Homestuck.
Yeah. Also, your tuber is not moving anymore.
Not?
Yeah, open up your program. Oh, there it is. Okay.
Okay, I
There's
must have
Chichin.
accidentally minimized the window rather than just open other windows over it.
Yeah, that's what you gotta do. Okay, anyway. Examine your Deep Impact poster.
Morgan Freeman's genteel, homespun mannerisms were perfect qualities for a president residing over a crisis. Oceans rise, cities fall, hope survives. Wow. Films about impending apocalypse fascinate you. Plus, a black president? Now you've seen everything.
So, my final episode of Wind Waker, my title was Oceans Rise, Cities Fall, Hope Survives. Now you get the reference.
Finally, after all this time.
That was like, what, 2.5, 3 years ago?
Something like that.
Yeah, that was like 2022. Alright, John, examine your calendar.
You've marked your birthday, the 13th of April. Another day you marked was supposed to be the arrival date for the highly touted Spurb beta launch. It's been 3 days already. It's starting to become a sore subject review.
So if you click the beta launch, it just opens up to the Homestuck beta, which is like a fully Flash. So like Homestuck itself is not fully Flash, but Homestuck beta was, and it's just this time instead it's the 10th of April and John is 10. Yeah, today's your birthday in the game, yeah. And it's just like the first few panels of Homestuck, but instead drawn as 10, and it's fully interactive. You know, Hussey decided it was too much work to do a full Flash thing, so...
Yeah, I can see that being,
But he's really cute and well animated and moving around and stuff, so, like, it takes forever to load, and it's got, like, sound effects and stuff. It's like, that's really cute and fun, but I understand Hussey's grind, so... Alright, John, eat your cake.
yes. You are sick to death of cake. You've been eating it all day, and you have no intention of clogging your Sylladex with it either. The cake stays put for now. You hear a notice from your computer. Someone is messaging you.
John, examine incoming message. You like his Slimer background?
Yes.
Yeah, so Typheus is his web browser, and PesterChum is the website that they contact each other up.
You pull up to your computer. This is where you spend most of your time. You decorated your desktop with some rather handsome wallpaper, which you made yourself. You're really proud of it. Your desktop is also littered with various programming project files. You are so bad at programming sometimes you wonder why you even bother with it. Your PesterChum application is flashing. Someone is trying to get in touch with you.
Vlad made them. They're very cute. Thank you for your talent, oh wise Vlad.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're
I
welcome.
really appreciate it.
Alright, John, open your PesterChum.
Okay. Only one of your chums is logged in. He sent you a message.
John, open that message. Alright,
You're gonna want to hit open pest or show pester log.
Okay.
alright, does anyone have a preference for who they want to be? Who wants to be John and who wants to be this mysterious Turntech godhead?
I thought we determined Holden was going to be John, but...
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
Who wants to be a Turntech godhead?
That's
I feel-
Dave.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, I think I can do Dave. If I
Okay.
recall, he sounded kind of like this in the,
He's just a really cool guy.
I mean, like, I'm going off of what he sounded like in The Baby Is You. Turntech Godhead, TG, began pestering ectobiologist EB at 1613. So, I guess, am I doing, Dave, or is,
Yeah, you can do Dave if you
Vlad?
want. Yeah.
Yeah, you can. I think your Dave's perfect.
Yeah, Dave talks a lot.
Hey, so what sort of insane loot did you rack in today?
I got a Little Monsters poster. It's so awesome. I'm gonna watch it again today. The apple juice scene was so funny.
Oh hell, that is such a coincidence. I just found an unopened container of apple juice in my closet. It's like fucking Christmas up in here.
Okay, that's fine, but I just have one question, and then a word of caution. Have you ever seen a movie called Little Monsters, starring Howie Mandel and Fred Savage?
But the seal on the bottle is unbroken. Are you suggesting that someone put piss in my apple juice at the factory?
All I'm saying is, I don't think Monster Howie Mandel has the power to do something as simple as reseal a bottle. Try using your brain, numbnuts.
Why did the fat kid or whoever drank it know what piss tasted like? I mean, his reaction was nigh instantaneous.
It was the 15th day in a row Howie Mandel peed in his juice.
Okay, I can accept that. Monster B-list celebrity douchebags are cunning and persistent pranksters. But also Fred Savage has a really punchable face. But who cares about this? Let's stop talking about it. Did you get the beta yet?
No, did you?
Man, I got 2 copies already. But I don't care, I'm not gonna play it or anything, the game sounds boring. You hear how it got slammed in Game Bro?
Game Bro's a joke, and we both know it.
Yeah. Why don't you go check your mail? Maybe it's there now.
Alright.
Okay, John, look out your window.
Okay. You see the view of your yard from your window. Hanging from the tree is your tire swing. In a kid's yard, a tree without a tire swing is like a proper gentleman without a monocle. That is to say, he can hardly be considered a terribly proper gentleman at all. And there, beside your driveway, is the mailbox.
Oh yeah, I forgot he has the white boy rap. Alright, John, examine your mailbox. I quote this all the time.
The little red arm swingy dealy thing or whatever it is flipped up. What the hell is that thing called anyways? You don't have time for these semantics. The red flippy lever thing means you have new mail, and that means the beta might be here.
I was going, the swingy dealy thing! The swingy dealy thing! Even though I know it's called a flag. It's really that simple.
Okay.
Alright, John, go outside and check your mailbox.
You are about to hurry down your stairs when you hear a car pull into the driveway. It looks like your dad has returned from the grocery store. Oh great, he's beating you to the mail.
John, forget it. Check the mail later.
You go downstairs to get it, he will likely monopolize hours of your time. You decide to chill out up here for a while until the dust settles. Sometimes you feel like you are trapped in this room, stuck, if you will, in a sense that possibly borders on the titular. And now your chum is pestering you again. The clockwork of friendship turns ceaselessly, operating the swing lever dealies of harassment in perpetuity. Whatever, the dude can just hold his damn horses.
We did some inventory management, and he had to retrieve his arms, but now his arms are on the floor because he ran out of room. Yeah, there are some pretty good foreshadows here. Yeah. All right, John, examine games on your CD rack. Ooh, this one's interactive.
Animated.
There's Bard Quest, which that's the first MSPA. It was never finished. Caper Havers, I don't know what that is. It's another comic that Hussey did.
Problem Sleuth.
Problem Sleuth. And It Don't Stop. I don't know what that is.
And
A pumpkin with a question mark on it.
Question mark.
The Ghostbusters.
What pumpkin?
Yeah, what pumpkin? I don't see a pumpkin there. We got Ghostbusters 2.
2 MMO.
What's hilarious is that the plugin's not loading on my end.
Oh no!
Well, I can't see it, so I'm just listening. You guys left off the titles.
No! I'm so sorry.
Konami
That's
Little
fine.
Monsters with the original Nintendo seal of quality. That might be my favorite.
And Harry Anderson, call my bluff. Yeah, so I guess Orville's gonna want to play Little Monsters by Konami.
Well, yeah, I need to figure out what the proper pea in the apple juice strat is.
Yeah. Oh, beautiful. You can read the bottom caption,
so, you put countless man-hours into this assortment of quality titles.
Alright, John, read Colonel Sassacre's daunting text. This thing is gorgeous.
I'd buy it.
Would you now?
You decide to consult with the Colonel's bottomless wisdom. Good grief, this thing is huge. It could kill a cat if you dropped it. But to really dig into this hefty book, you will have to captcha-log it. You're not sure that you're ready to logjam your other artifacts beneath it just yet.
John, capture-log your fake arms again.
What did you just say? You don't want to clog up your... Oh, Jesus. In a momentary lapse of concentration, you accidentally captcha-log the arms again.
Alright, John, set your pester chum status to bully.
You don't think the situation is quite dire enough to go all the way to rancorous, but you still feel the pester chum client should reflect your mood change in some way. Bully will have to do. You guess. This unsurprisingly does nothing whatsoever. Oh, right. You forgot your chum is still pestering you.
John, answer your chum.
Is it there? Please say yes. Maybe you can play with TT. She's been pestering me all day about it. She's macking on me so hard all the time I start to feel embarrassed for her. I mean, not that I can blame her or anything.
Yes, it is understandable because you are really attractive. I am attracted to you.
Thank you.
JK. No, I don't have it yet. My dad has the mail, and I guess I have to go get it from him and see if it's there. And I've been busy spending all afternoon shitting around with my stupid Silodex. It's so frustrating.
What's your modus?
What?
How do you retrieve artifacts from it?
Oh, like one at a time, I guess. And if I put too much in, something falls out.
Jack?
I have a cat on me.
What's yours?
Ash map. My bro taught me a few tricks. He basically knows everything and is awesome.
What the hell is that?
You should probably brush up on your data structures.
I guess.
Did you at least allocate your Strife Specibus?
No.
It could free up a card for you, plus let you attack stuff whenever things get too hot to handle. Which is never. What have you got?
Well, I've got a hammer, but it's trapped under some arms.
Wow, you really suck at this, don't you? Just get rid of the arms and then allocate the hammer to the Specibus.
How?
I don't know, just use the arms on any old thing and see if it works.
John, combine fake arms with cake.
You stick the fake arms in the cake on your bed. This definitely makes the cake at least 300% more hilarious. You're sure Colonel Sassacre would know the precise index of elevated hilarity.
John, allocate hammer to Strife Specibus. And here we can see on the Strife Specibus that there's so many different kinds of weapons that you can have. Like,
I'm looking to see if any that particularly stand out.
spoons, spatula, screwdrivers, blades. I wonder what that one is above ladle. Guess you'll never know.
Foreshadowing, are we? You check at the back of your Strife Specibus for the kind abstratus you have in mind for it.
John, select hammer.
Your Strife Specibus has been allocated with the hammer kind abstratus. The hammer has been removed from your Captcha Log deck to your Strife deck.
John, report your progress to TG.
Okay, I did it.
Hammer kind?
Yeah.
Okay, that'll be the permanent allocation for your Specibus. I guess I should have mentioned that. Hope you like hammers, dude.
Yeah, that's fine, I guess. I can't imagine it's going to be all that relevant.
Yeah, it's not gonna be relevant at all. Alright, John, Captcha Log Colonel's Big Book.
Now that you've got some space in your Silodex to work with, you figure you might as well start squandering it immediately. Ordinarily, this ridiculous book would be way too heavy to carry around in any practical way. I guess maybe this is one respect in which the cards present some convenience.
John, examine your Game Bro magazine.
Game Bros, Burb. Why, the Game of the Year or whatever isn't as good as some other stuff I like that's better.
Ain't that video game journalism?
Exactly.
John, read your article. Does Vlad want to read the article? They haven't had much to say.
Yeah.
I'll read it. So, okay. Spurb is this game that a lot of cats seem hella pumped up. And this beta is sitting on my desk for review, so I'm like, yeah, man, I'll write something. But I don't know. I'm like, so this is about houses or some noise? That's fine. I'm sure that's like fucking dynamite in a handbag for some brosifs. But all I'm saying is, when you do get to thrash anything, well, you're playing house or some shit, or ever in jeopardy of getting mud on your doll's dress or whatever from busting out, and I quote, the mad stunts all wicked up-ends. Know what I'm saying, bro, yo ma? I didn't actually play this game, but I gave it a 1.5 hat out of 5 hats to keep it real. At this point, I'd like to give a shout out to my boy Dennis, who was over the other day. We were going to chill in front of the Dark Knight, and he was so psyched of it, y'all. So this one time, he was leaning against the screen door, and the ship popped open, and the back deck was wet, and he slipped down a step and broke his thumb on the lawn. It wasn't a long fall, but hey, I guess a thumb bone wasn't made for supporting the brunt of a huge useless tool against wet grass. We never did watch Dark Knight on account of Ron trucking his ball candy-ass girth to the hospital. But it's cool, I still got to not watch another watch in me, bro tell Rhonda. Bro notes. Dennis was so wasted, haha, I mean, damn.
I think about that all the time.
Oh, actually, it just struck me. I can open Twitch in my. I should open the Twitch window in my MacBook instead of.
Elvis is asking if that's Logan Paul.
It kind of does look like Logan Paul. That's so funny. Hi, shiny Eevee boy. Welcome on in. Dennis was so wasted. I mean, damn. I think about that all the fucking time. That's like in my regular vernacular. And Hotel Bro Wanda just kills me. Alright, John.
The advantage of this setup is that then I can just turn over to look at Twitch without having to move away from.
There you go. Yeah, you're not part of the elite bourgeoisie with two monitors. Alright, John, capture log your game, bro.
No, yeah, I only have 2 computers. It might come in handy if you ever need something that burns easily.
Alright, John, capture log that magician's hat.
You expend your final card on the Magician's Hat.
And get your funny glasses, too.
You don't have a free card in your Silladex. However, you're able to merge the Beagle Puss with the Magician's Hat to create a clever disguise.
Yeah, he pulls up Beagle Puss JPEG. That shit's so funny. Alright, John, wear your disguise to fool Dad.
John? Who is this John you speak of? You're quite certain there has never been, nor ever will be. Yeah, this is a really shitty disguise. While you're wearing the items, they remain on the card, but it is temporarily removed from the deck, thus freeing up the cards beneath it.
John, leave your room. There's a Beagle Puss JPEG!
You exit into the hallway. On one wall hangs a picture of a fella who sure knows how to have a laugh, a man after your own heart. You always thought he looked a lot like Michael Cera, but your dad swears on the many hallowed tombs of Egypt that it is not. You're not sure about that, though. On the other wall is one of your dad's stupid clowns, or harlequins, as he is quick to correct anyone who would venture such brazen assumption.
Alright, John, go downstairs. And this is why I have a harlequin on the back of my toilet. I am not kidding.
You got a toilet clown entirely because of this?
Yes. I was at TJ Maxx and I saw a lonely bookend of a harlequin sitting atop some books, and now it is my toilet totem.
Okay. Now I know the origins of the toilet clown. I just knew you had a toilet clown.
I will post him in Discord later. Alright.
So, the cursed odor of fresh baking wafts into your newfound nostrils. Something is brewing in the kitchen. It must be the connivings of your arch nemesis, Betty Crocker, and the rich, buttery aroma of her plot stinks to high heaven. Okay, that's why you said so-and-so supports Betty Crocker earlier.
And then if you click it, it loads up the Betty Crocker Wikipedia.
This mission is going to be more difficult than you imagined.
John, admire your Harlequins, and hello, Renata. How are you?
Yes, it's the closest thing we have to a Renata command.
Yep. It's perfect.
You check out the shelves of fanciful Harlequins. Look at this fucking garbage. You hate this stuff. Funny is funny, but your dad can sure be a real cornball. Sometimes at night you pray for burglars.
John, examine your fireplace.
A bright orange flame flickers in the fireplace. It doesn't matter that it's April and not terribly chilly outside. In a home, a fireplace needs a fire. Because that's what fireplace is for. A fire belongs in a fireplace, damn it. Categorically, at all times, without exception. As domestic myth of unaccountable origin holds, a home borrows the spirit of the flame for as long as it makes a guest of it, much as the moon takes liberty with the sun's rays. The moon's an errant thief, and her pale fire she snatches from the sun. Mark Twain. You are almost certain Mark Twain said that.
Mark Twain did not say that, but you know.
I was gonna say, I'm sure Mark Twain did not say it.
Yeah. John, toss your Game Bro into the fire. Goodbye, Logan Paul.
Burn in hell, Logan Paul. It doesn't burn as quickly as you hope. Each Game Bro magazine is guaranteed to be printed on 40% recycled asbestos. For big ups to Mother Earth, yo.
John, fondly regard cremation.
You examine the sacred urn containing your departed Nana's ashes. When your father gives her a portrait a wistful glance now and then, you can tell it brings back painful memories. A tall bookshelf, a ladder, an unabridged Colonel Sassacres. He never wants to talk about it.
I love you, Nana. You're so beautiful. John, topple your urn.
You clumsily mishandle the sacred urn. Ashes everywhere. In retrospect, upon mulling cinematic tropes regarding ash-filled urns, this outcome was a virtual certainty. You'd probably better clean it up before Dad finds it.
John, combine father's pipe with clever disguise.
You think now would be a time to beef up your clever disguise.
John, examine your oversized gift.
Champ, you can do anything if you put your mind to it. I believe in you. Contemplating what could be inside this package is sort of exciting, but it makes you a little nervous at the same time.
John, open that large present.
Oh, hell no.
Isn't it beautiful?
It is!
Just a giant plushie of Nana. Alright. Capture log those ashes.
It looks a lot like it looks kind of like a tall, stretched out Jevil, which is probably intentional on Toby Fox's part.
That asshole stole my gender. Hello, Zako. Welcome on in.
Yeah, it is that time of the year again.
Yep.
And this time we're subjecting someone completely new to it.
First, you
One
drop the
of us.
Harlequin doll up on the couch. Having it in the middle of the floor sprawled out all akimbo like that struck you as unseemly. You capture log the ashes to your available card.
Combine ashes with urn.
You merge the sacred urn with the ashes. Most of the ash is back in the urn, but it's a total mess. Really, it probably would have been tidier if you just used a broom and dustpan.
John, put the urn back.
No one will be the wiser, except for maybe people with eyes.
John, go get fake arms again.
You just got another brilliant idea to something to do with those pointless arms. You pry them out of the cake and capsulog them. Looks like Pester Chum is acting up again.
Oh yeah, it's the 19th anniversary of Neil banging out the tunes. Alright, John, examine the third and fourth walls of your room. Here we go.
So we get another Nicolas Cage movie.
Yep, Travolta and Cage face off. You got
We got Bill
Armageddon.
Cosby, Ghost
Someone
Dad.
just followed.
Thank you for the follow, I appreciate it.
We got
Yeah, Bill Cosby Ghost Dad, Armageddon, Time to Kill. It's a really good movie.
Failure to Launch.
And the one behind it is Contact. If you're a Trixie and Katya fan, you love Contact. Those are drag queens, Orville.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I know they're drag queens.
Okay, woo. They're gonna be like, what Homestuck characters are Trixie and Katya?
It's mostly Katya that's obsessed with Contact.
Yep.
If you told me that their drag persona, their drag characters were a reference to Homestuck, I would have believed you.
They're not.
They're not.
No.
They're too old for that.
Alright, John, check Pester Chum.
Another one of your chums is messaging you.
John, check that message.
I feel like Vlad should probably be this one.
Wonderful purple text?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'll be TT. I understand that you have recently come into possession of the beta release of the Game of the Year, as featured in respectable periodicals such as Game Bro magazine.
That's an ugly rumor. Whoever told you that is a filthy liar, and you should probably stop hitting on him all the time or whatever.
I can't control myself. I must have a weakness for insufferable pricks.
Anyway, I still haven't checked the mail. My dad has it. I'm trying to go get it from him, so BRB.
John,
What?
you're wearing one of your disguises now, aren't you? You are typing to me right now while wearing something ridiculous.
No, why would you even think that? That's so stupid.
Okay. Why don't you go get the game from your father?
Alright, wish me luck. Oh, by the way, JK, I was wearing a funny disguise this whole time. Gotcha.
I know, John.
Alright, John, you go back downstairs.
You can now execute that brilliant idea you had. There should be just enough frosting on the fake arms to serve as an adequate adhesive.
John, attach arms to doll.
You don't care what Colonel Sassacre says. That makes it at least 1,000,000% funnier.
John, inspect burnt paper on the floor.
You put this back in the fire where it belongs.
Toblerone.
Yep, the Toblerone is quite a joke in Homestuck.
Most of my experience with Toblerone-based humor comes from a show that Noel Fielding did, where a live show Noel Fielding did, where there is a triangle that had a dick called the Tobler Boner that was shaped like a Toblerone.
Beautiful. I think we'll get more into the Toblerone joke at another time.
Okay, so throw present drop in fire.
Yep.
As long as you're cleaning up.
Capsulog your doll.
You can carry hefty items, but that thing is just way too big. Get real. Besides, you don't even want it.
John, read Colonel Sassacre's text. You gotta really squint to read it.
The creepy crawlies. Owls bells, we are having a mighty sporting time of it. Hold fast, my intrepid fellow pranksmiths. We've merely nicked the mahogany of our japing chests. If I may direct the incisive ogle of your beagle puss to the wriggling regency of rubber bugs, plastic parasites, squirming serpents, pliable pests, and every such order and phyla of creepy crawly. Land sakes alive, we are cooking with petrol now. Oh, that's why you thought that was so funny.
Yep.
And I said cooking with gasoline. Okay. I was just saying it because that's sometimes said. In further exhibits, you shall dwell upon artifice useful to your exploits. Is your pappy's rod and reel handy? How about a bit of iron cord? It shouldn't prove elusive. Bring those writhing rascals to life and set the nerves of some old maid to the wreck of Hesperus. Do you have a bothersome aunt who seems troubled to find ways with your sunny afternoons? A broad splintery fence? A bucket of whitewash, perhaps? By gum, you'll fix her wagon. And what of the tawny gent who puts his lackadaisical lean near the sarsaparilla font? You'll have at list this octoroon and find the spring in his step just yet. There is some milder racism, and octoroon is a term for someone whose like grandfather is black.
Oh, I didn't know that
One of the
one.
grandparents. It's
I've heard the term quadroon, but
it's like I think it's great grandfather.
Yeah.
Octoroon, but yes, it's the same thing, just one more generation removed.
thank you for
thought
teaching me
about
something today.
You thought about consulting the text to determine, like, in the context of this, it seems like it is not, like, I don't think that this seems like it's supposed to be written by an old-timey racist man.
Yeah, that's why it's kind of like a weird pixelated Mark Twain.
Yeah, and that's why I was doing this kind of old-timey announcer voice.
Yeah, as someone who went to the college that worships Mark Twain, yeah, I'm tired of that guy.
It's kind of a shame that he didn't publish Letters from Earth, because that was like very I honestly think his stuff on religion is his most interesting stuff. Anyways, you thought about consulting the text to determine exactly how hilarious the doll is now, but this text is way too big to navigate in a timely fashion. You decide to forget it.
Find Dad and retrieve mail.
Okay, Nana is saying that I should keep reference of this voice. I call this voice the attorney-at-law voice, actually. Oh right, no, there's some lawyer name that I was supposed to say in that.
Alexander J. Horsecock.
Alexander J. Horsecock, attorney-at-law. There you go. I had to say it. Anyways, back to the text. The door on the left leads to the kitchen, from which a smell of baking wafts. A powerful aroma which could lift an especially portly hobo off his feet. Feels like it was written by John Swartzwelder. The door on the right leads to the study, where your dad spends a lot of time. He could be in either room. Where will you go?
John, go in the study.
It doesn't look like he's in here right now.
Examine
So let's see
Father's
what-
desk. Oh yeah. He's got lots of paintings and stuff.
Yeah. So another Harlequin.
Alright. What's on that desk?
On the desk is a deck of playing cards, one of your dad's pipes, the April issue of The Serious Jester magazine, and a stray capsulog card. There's also a can of peanuts on the desk. Haha, oh dad. You won't be falling for that one again anytime soon. A severe peanut allergy is a terrible affliction to cope with.
Aww. Lore.
I do like the bait and switch with the, you would assume it was just gonna be like one of those fake cans.
I just love the lore
And,
that John's allergic to peanuts.
Yeah.
Alright, John, upgrade costume with a hat from the rack.
You swap the magician's hat with the bowler hat. This disguise is somewhat less funny, but a lot more distinguished looking.
John, combine second pipe with clever disguise.
I don't think John Swartzwelder has read anything other than a Simpsons script that has that was made after like 1970. It'd be very, very, very funny to make him read Homestuck. Your dad maintains numerous pipes around the household. A father without a pipe is like a strapping roughneck without a toothpick. That is to say, he is a rather piss-poor excuse for a roughneck, if you ask me. You'd rather not take the pipe, though. The first one tastes bad enough as it is. How you suffer for your comedy.
I quote that a lot, too. John, examine Captchalogue card.
Yes, this will be perfect for expanding the space in your Scylla.
Captchalogue card.
Arg!
He can't use it. He put it in, he captchalogued it. Ooh, let me pause my music. So when you have a page that has a little S, it's a special page.
Okay. So do I just click on it, or as usual, or
Yep.
is there something else? Oh.
I love that the collection has has the reference to who wrote the song.
Yeah, that's cool.
Because in the original Homestuck, it doesn't have the credits. You have to like go find them.
So what you're saying is these people are the people who assembled this are more respectful than Andrew Hussey.
Yep. Isn't that beautiful? Another cool thing about these flash pages is that the little arrow in the bottom left corner of the frame, you can replay it if you want to. So you can watch John play the piano as much as you want.
So far, I'm looking at chat. So far, this is actually really straightforward and very funny.
For now.
Like, so far, it's just been you're playing a boy named John who has who is struggling with inventory management and roaming around his house
On his birthday.
waiting for a video game, looking for his video game that his dad is picking up. I imagine, yes, that eventually it'll become extremely convoluted, but so far.
Alright. Time to play 52 pickup.
You play the prankster's favorite card game, even though you are alone in the room, thus rendering it an especially foolish version of solitaire. So stupid! Look at this mess. The peanut gallery over there sure is getting a kick out of it. You are allergic to their scorn.
I love the Joker statue. Attempt to leave the house.
Oh, his dad actually doesn't have eyes, so that's why the if you have eyes is something that he wouldn't notice. Okay, I like that. That's like the jokes here are actually pretty. Like a lot of the humor here is actually fairly subtle.
Yep.
You go back into the living room and contemplate checking the mailbox outside. You think perhaps you should exhaust all possibilities before plunging headlong into a dad encounter. Your television is currently airing a commercial.
Which, High C Ecto Cooler had a release, like a re-release, like a couple of years after Homestuck had gotten popular. And you bet your ass, it was like my senior year of high school, you bet your ass I was begging my parents to buy it for me, and I brought it every day in my lunchbox, which was also a Homestuck lunchbox.
Yeah, no, Ecto Cooler is like the longest running food promotional tie-in for anything ever. It was and very fitting because John is obsessed with Ghostbusters 2.
Yep.
AKA the, guys, there was one good Ghostbusters movie. Let's not pretend that every 80s Ghostbusters movie was magic.
Alright, John, exit.
Greatest contribution Ghostbusters 2 has made is probably actually Homestuck.
Look, he's out of his home. He's no longer stuck in his home. It's over.
You exit the house.
Check mail.
Predictably, the mailbox is empty. You have already been scooped by your father.
Alright.
Sound page.
Like the little light effect.
We have a title.
The streets are empty. Wind skims the voids, keeping neighbors apart, as if grazing the hollow of a cut reed, or, say, a plundered mailbox. A familiar note is pronounced. It's the one Desolation plays to keep its instrument in tune. It's your 13th birthday, and as with all 12 preceding it, something feels missing from your life. The game presently eluding you is the latest sleight of hand in the repertoire of an unseen riddler, one to engender a sense not of mirth, but of lack. His coarse schemes are those less of a prankster than a common pickpocket. His riddle is absence itself. It is a mystery dispersing altogether, like the moon's faint reflection, with even one pebble of inquiry dropped in its black well. It is the most diabolical riddle of them all. Absence diminishes little passions and increases great ones, as wind extinguishes candles and fans a fire. Walt Whitman. Yes, you're certain Walt Whitman said that. 100% positive. You have a feeling it's going to be a long day.
Mm-hmm. Alright. There he is, standing in his mailbox. Leave a surprise for the mailman.
Oh, it's a shit in the mailbox, leave a surprise.
No!
I thought it was just gonna be like a prank because, you know,
Yeah.
we've established John likes practical jokes.
See if your father left mail in the car.
No!
Yeah, shitting in a mailbox is a prank.
Yes. The door is locked and your dad has the car keys. You peer in through the driver's side window. You don't see any mail, but you do see a green package. There is also something underneath it that looks like a slip of paper. Could these items have come in the mail? You don't see anything else that's usually in the mail, like bills and coupons. Maybe your dad forgot to take this stuff inside.
John, spy in the kitchen.
You try to get a gander through the kitchen window, but you can't see a whole lot. It seems though your dad has been doing so much baking, the glass is steamed up. God, he is so weird. But you can see what's on the table just beside the window. It looks like the mail is there. Included among it is a red package, some bills, your dad's PDA, and an envelope that appears to be suspiciously labeled with the Spurb logo. Could it be? Unfortunately, the window is locked.
John, go back into the
Also
kitchen.
I also don't know if I'm pronouncing Spurb right, or if it has a exact pronunciation.
It really doesn't. Some people say spurb,
Okay.
some people say asperb.
Okay. You have no other choice. You're going in. Clever disguise. It's time to work your magic.
Alright, this one's gonna be fun. Just some pretty ominous heartbeats there.
Yeah. We
Alright.
call these S pages stereophonic pages.
Alright, on the next page.
Okay. Your dad sees right through your costume. You don't know what you were even thinking with this foolish ruse. You unequip the clever disguise. Your dad wields a dreaded artifact of confection. He stands between you and the mail. There's only one way to settle this.
Strife!
Stereophonic. Rife.
Woohoo! Alright. I do need to turn that down just a little bit on my end. It's freaking loud. Okay, there we go. These are interactive as well. You can aggrieve.
Okay, so I can try clicking on
Yep.
these.
It says auto pastry when you click aggrieve.
And Abjure.
Abjure. Guardian Rubric. It's so fast, I have a hard time reading it. Coddlebrand.
I do like this.
Yeah.
So, is it time to retrieve the package?
Yep, let's retrieve that package.
You cannot abscond. This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You'll need to engineer some sort of distraction. And now he brandishes yet another artifact of confection. The man is ruthless. You'd better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible.
You guys have no idea what I'm looking at right now. It appears that a fatherly adjacent individual has entered my home with confection. You got John a birthday cake. Thank you, Father. What are you doing with this fucking cake?
I can put it back in the fridge.
Okay.
I do like that. I do like that so far the limitation to it's entirely possible John's father is an absolute monster, and we just don't have evidence of that yet. But so far, all he's done is get the mail and hold a cake.
Yep. Nana, that was fucking brilliant. Thank you for the cake.
Yeah, that was. You cannot. Oh, but yes. Did I read this page?
No.
Or you cannot abscond. This pesky guardian is blocking your path. You will need to engineer some sort of distraction. And now he brandishes yet another artifact of confection. The man is ruthless. You'd better brace for impact in the most comedically striking fashion possible.
John, equip disguise for defense.
The Beagle Aegis, I think. God, I should remember how to pronounce old Greek words for Athena's armor better, or Zeus's armor, I think.
Aegislash, the Pokemon.
Well, yes, but Aegislash is named after after armor of the Greek gods.
Yeah.
Anyways, it absorbs the brunt of the treat. Looks like Dad will enjoy the prankster's gambit on that exchange, as is usually the case.
Thank you, Nana, for not pieing me. Captchulog pie tin.
You take Pie Tin and then equip the Beagle Puss. Everything in your Scylla decks is pushed back a card. The smoke pellets are ejected from the deck. Yes, this could be just a distraction you were...
Think my order.
I will think my order, thank you. Alright, next page.
I just took a dink of my oiter, too.
Big Jorb.
Nothing happened. What a huge letdown.
Alright, John, take the cake.
When two great forces oppose each other, the victory will go to the one that knows how to yield. Oscar Wilde. Wise words by a man who could likely resist everything but temptation. The cake forces Colonel Sassacre's text out of your Scylla deck.
And...
Sassacre, you beautiful bastard. Now's your chance.
John abscond.
Yep. Now that Dad is busy placating the smoke detector, you can safely sneak away.
John, take PDA.
You snag your... you snag your dad's PDA. Maybe later you'll switch the background image to something hilarious as a prank. Besides, it may come in handy later. Your spare Captchulog card is now forced out of the Scylla decks and consequently integrated with the deck. You now have 5 cards to work with.
Take package.
This red package is addressed to you.
Take envelope.
You got the Spurb Beta.
And exit the kitchen. One of the arms fell off into the cake. Alright, get cake on the couch.
You captchalogue the cake on the couch, expelling the pie tin from the bottom card.
Combine the cakes to make a double-decker cake.
You then merge the 2 cakes across all 5 cards. Everything in your Scylla decks is mashed between in the cakes. Why don't you ever think these things through first?
Retreat upstairs.
You pause at the juncture and head down the hall. You're going to need something to clean up the mess you're about to make by dissecting this cake. To the left is the bathroom. To the right is your dad's room. It is locked and you are forbidden from ever entering. He has secrets.
Go to the bathroom and grab a towel. I love the little rug in there.
You enter the bathroom. You can see your backyard from the window. The jewel in its crown is the swing set, which has provided you with years of joy. There's also a spring-mounted pogo ride, which has been responsible for more than one painful injury, and has provided you with years of lament. On your sink is your dad's razor. On the rack to the side is a fresh towel.
Move PDA, envelope, and package from cake.
Okay? You take the razor and use it to perform surgery on the cake. You take the towel and clean off the extracted goods.
First surgery on a grape and now surgery on a cake? Retrieve your items.
Items force the manhandled cake into the toilet. And just like that, your Scylla dex is full again. God, this thing is annoying.
There's just cake in the toilet.
Yeah.
Go to the bedroom. And admire your failure to launch poster.
You're not usually into chick flicks, but Matthew McConaughey's cool charisma could salvage any heap of smoldering wreckage. This is your McConaughey wall, a casual shrine to an amazing actor. The film above that one is a lot better, you think. Can you see her? I want you to picture that little girl. Now imagine she's white. You got us, Matthew. Your smooth talking exposed our latent racism. Damn, you are good.
I remember watching that movie in history class and just being like, the entire room, all the kids in the class are just like, Alright, John, check Pester Chum. Yep, this one doesn't have too much sound, it's just like a bloop bloop.
Okay. So,
Alrighty.
who's going to be, GG? I guess.
I'll do that.
Okay.
Hi. Happy birthday, John. Hello? Okay, I will talk to you later.
Guarded Gnostic GG ceased pestering ectobiologist EB at 1656. Turntech Godhead TG began pestering ectobiologist EB at 1640. Hey, GG is looking for you. Why are you even so popular all of a sudden? Is something some sort of special occasion or something? Did you do something to curry favor with ladies? Did you break your leg on a puppy or some shit? Dude, what are you doing? Turntech Godhead TG is now an idle chum.
I discovered a comet that is going to destroy the Earth, and it was named after me. Now I am famous, and everyone wants to talk to me a lot.
No, stop. Just no. Don't talk about your awful stupid movies or make reference to them. Your gross man-bro crush on Matt McConaughey is an unsavory thing to behold.
McConaughey.
Sounds like a noise a horse would make. I.e., dumb. Bet equally dumb are all those pictures of that clown you've got hanging up.
Those are my dad's.
I was talking about Nick Cage.
Oh, what? No, man. Cage is sweet. So sweet.
Haha, so lame. You don't even like him ironically or anything. This is like for real, isn't it?
I do things ironically sometimes. What about what I sent you for your birthday?
No, those are awesome.
What? No, they're stupid, which was the joke. The ironic joke, get it? Oh, wait. You're actually wearing them, aren't you?
I'm wearing them ironically because they're awesome. The fact that they're ironic makes them awesome, and vice versa. Are you taking notes on how to be cool? Jesus, get a fucking pen.
You do realize they touched Stiller's weird sort of gaunt face at some point.
Ew, yeah. Oh well. Anyway, speaking of which, you get the mail?
Yeah.
Does there happen to be a package there?
Yeah, there's a big red one.
You should probably open it.
I would, but it's trapped under the Spurb beta, so I will probably open it after I install the beta.
Oh man, the beta came.
Yeah, you want to play it?
No way.
Why not?
Sounds so hells of boring. Just get TT to play it. She's all about that.
Where'd she go?
Her internet is blinking in and out, I guess. Probably be back online soon. Oh, and Christ in a sidecar. You still using the stack modus? Seriously, dude. You need to bone up on your data structures. That shit is just ridiculous.
Okay, I will.
Open browser and go to mspaintadventures.com.
Okay. Shameless self-promotion. You decide to space out on the computer for a while before doing anything important. You open the Typhus web browser and direct it to what is indisputably the most amazing website ever created. Okay. The new adventure is okay, but you're not sure if you like it as much as the last one.
You are a member of a sinister gang called the Midnight Crew. Your nefarious plots are serpentines in their complexity. Your schemes convoluted. You are planning a heist in your underground hideout. What will you do? Install the Spurb beta.
You decide it's time for less meta and more beta. You insert the CD and install Spurb beta.
Okay.
What the fuck is this?
Why is it playing Kirby music? What the hell? I don't know why. I'm trying to make loop playlist. Okay, there we go. Alright. Going up on data structures.
Yep.
Kirby is 100% of Magnus Archives.
Okay. That is the important question. So yeah, you go to your closet where you keep a lot of clothes and an array of handy computer programming guides.
Alright, read data structures book. Beth, you want to read this one?
Data structures for assholes! Your ignorance just made me throw up a little. Get a clue, you computer illiterate piece of shit. Free fetch modus and back.
You're not sure you really want to dig into this huge tome. It looks really boring and kind of ornery. Maybe you'll just check out that free modus instead.
I imagine Buckminster Funny Uncle to just be the nostalgia critic. Get free fetch modus.
You turn to the back inside cover where a free fetch modus is included in a plastic sleeve. This one is dictated by the logic of a queue data structure operating on a first in, first out method rather than a first in, last out method of a stack.
I feel like, as someone who's formerly worked in retail, a lot of people are operating on Philo when it should be FIFO. Apply fetch modus to Silodex. So much expired milk.
Empire fetch modus to Silodex. Items captcha-logged in your Silodex are no longer immediately accessible. You can only use the item on the bottom card and must wait for items on upper cards to be pushed back to it. For instance, the red package is now inaccessible. You can only use the razor at the moment. This modus doesn't strike you as a significant upgrade to your previous one. In fact, it almost seems more inconvenient. You figure you might as well give it a chance, though.
Switch back to stack modus.
You suddenly wonder if this is even possible. You don't even remember if you ever had a physical card for the stack modus. You find this all to be a little abstract and you prefer not to think about it too much.
Put down the razor.
Put it down? You're not quite sure you understand.
Pick up 2 items.
You capsulog one of the cakes. You finally found a use for all these loitering pastries. Dead weight.
Get
I feel like, from the way people talk about Homestuck, I feel like it is very eldritch.
Yep.
Just looking at the chat. I feel like... Having played a lot of Kirby and read Little Homestuck, I feel like Homestuck is more eldritch than Kirby.
You'll see. Get other cake. I love that gif where the razor flies out and cuts his hair. Hello, Mixolady, welcome on in.
The second cake causes the razor to launch out of the front of your Silodex. Oh, good lord, that beautiful face! You wish the razor would have failed to launch.
Get more stuff. Just gently wafting down.
You open your magic chest and capsulog one of your favorite books of all time, Wise Guy by Mike Cavaney. There goes the fresh towel.
Might as well grab those cuffs.
You take the trick handcuffs, expelling the PDA like a bullet.
And there it is out on the lawn.
Oh, god damn it.
Open up that package.
Okay. To EB from TG. He spams into the razor being stuck into... You examine the package. It is from one of your internet chums. It's bound in packing tape, though. You'll need something sharp to open it. Ah, of course! The razor! It's all so simple, you wonder why you didn't.
Get razor.
Pick up package again. Let's take this from the top.
Capsulog glass shards.
You take 3 glass shards in quick succession and duck for cover. Your Silodex rains devastation on your room from above. Now that your cards are packed with glass, you probably don't want to do that again anytime soon.
The cake just like floated down. Okay.
You should probably go get that stuff before you forget.
Use the razor on the red package.
You open the package. There is something suspicious inside. Something suspiciously dirty and smelly.
Let's see what it is.
It is a stuffed bunny, much like the one held hostage briefly by Malkovich's Cyrus the Virus while taunting hard luck protagonist Cameron Poe. And strikingly similar to the one scooped up from the soot of a burning Vegas strip by Cage's Poe and offered to his daughter, a gesture symbolic of a tattered exterior surrounding a heart of gold. Poe wasn't much to look at, but he was a good man. But no, it is not merely like that bunny. According to this note of authenticity, it is the very same bunny. This is so awesome.
Alright, check status of sperm beta.
There's a don't move or the bunny gets it JPEG attached. Actually, I guess, anyway, I should have... Okay. It looks like your computer is trying to get your attention.
Look at monitor. Check Pester Chum window. Our friend TT is here.
Ready?
Yep.
Okay. It looks like you managed to retrieve the beta. Excellent. I'm going to try to connect.
Whoa, okay. But I just got the most awesome present.
The rabbit?
So sweet.
I've heard tales of this wretched creature often. Its Homeric legend is practically ensconced in the fold of my personal mythology by now.
What?
Why don't we focus on the matter at hand?
Oh, the game. Okay. I don't really know how this works. What am I even looking at here?
You are running the client application. I'm running the server, so I'm the host user. I have established a connection with you. This is sufficient for us to play the game.
Oh, okay then.
Why don't we get started?
John, press enter. Ooh, and then I gotta mute my music because we got a sound page coming.
I'm just reading the various loading things that are happening.
It reminds me of like in Sims 3 when it's like reticulating splines. And there it is. It's all loaded. Yeah, there's a lot of foreshadowing. Alright, next page. And then you can mouse over these things. So you got like a select button, a revise button, a deploy button, Vernalia registry, grist cache. What does that grist look like?
It looks like a multi-sided die, like
Something like that. Explore the Athenium and Alchemy Excursus.
a D12, a D20, something like that.
Alright, TT, select a magic chest.
Okay.
Oh, it looks like there's something under that chest. TT, zoom out.
Okay.
Nice view of the house. And then TT, drop chest.
Whoa, what are you doing?
Sorry, I'm just getting a feel for the controls.
Is my magic chest on the roof now?
Yes.
Oh.
I will try to be more careful next time.
John, get card.
That's my thought, Ricky, so far.
Yep. Something like that. Alright, Orville, you ready?
You find your missing stack fetch modus and quickly reapply it to your Sylladex. You can now opt for either the stack or queue modus at any time. You toggle between your fetch modi with gleeful abandon.
Whee! He's stimming! There he's looking at the window.
It looks like your dad is leaving again for more baking supplies. You're relieved to have the house for yourself again, if only for a few minutes. You just hope he doesn't notice the magic chest on the roof, or all the shit you threw out the window for that matter.
TT, select stuff in yard and move it back into room.
Hey, do you think you could do me a favor? Can you grab all the stuff outside my broken window and bring it in for me?
I'll give it a shot.
Thanks.
No luck. It appears to be out of range. I'm guessing it is too far away from you, the player.
Oh. GT, select John.
You cannot select a player! John abjures the meddlesome cursor.
TT, select Bunny. TT, put the bunny back in the box.
That's actually a really good.
So good. TT, revise room. More room, just like in The Sims.
Or like those home design videos.
But then you go to the next page, you see it from the outside. Nana, what are you... What? Is the count on your keyboard? Open Fernalia registry. TT, deploy totem lathe. And then the totem lathe is put into place. John, examine totem lathe.
You don't know what the heck this thing does, but it looks neat.
TT, open grist cache.
It seems expanding the dimensions of your room cost us some build grist. But deploying the lathe did not appear to incur any expense. It looks like certain objects are freebies, probably to help you set up the game.
Wow, okay. What do they do?
I think it's up to you to find out. All I can do is drop stuff into your house and move it around, apparently.
How do I move stuff around? It sounds fun.
I don't think you can as the client. You will need to install the server application. You should have received both in separate envelopes. I am running both on my computer right now.
What?
Did you get another envelope in the mail?
No.
Once you install the server and establish a connection, I'm sure you will be able to manipulate my environment in the same manner. Are you sure you didn't get it?
Oh man, I think I know where it is.
Right there, in the car.
Now that your room is bigger, why don't you move to the far corner? It will extend the range of the cursor and I can reach the items, which you threw out the window for some reason.
Good idea.
What have you been doing in here with all afternoon anyway?
I was fussing with my not good word Siladex, but I think I have it under control now. What modus do you use?
I like to use trees.
Oh no, that sounds so awkward.
It's not exceptionally practical, but I think they are elegant.
Alright, John, stand in the corner. His little smile is so cute. TT deployed Corkstruder. And TT deploy Alchemitor.
Why is the floor shaking? Are you dropping more stuff in my house?
Yes, 2 more large gizmos.
Sweet! What is with all these big contraptions?
If I had to guess, they appear to facilitate a sort of system involving punch card-based alchemy.
Huh? To what end? I mean, what are we supposed to be doing in this game?
That remains to be seen. Maybe you should go investigate?
John, get PDA. And if you look in close, there's a delightful little conversation between some gentlemen.
Okay. The following manners have been submitted in a frank and forthright manner for Pipefan 413's judicious appraisal.
I guess we could just take turns being whoever.
Okay.
I'll be Grayslack. Decided to return home for a fresh tie. Soiled tie will be laundered immediately upon return.
Then, Vlad, you want to be well pressed attire, or should I be well pressed attire?
I'll be well pressed attire. Use ballpoint pen to roll up tip of cloth. Extract pen. Press rolled cloth against ceramic surface, e.g. restroom sink. In future, consider repositioning hat hook and/or coffee pot.
I'll be Office Urchin 1280, I guess. Photographic documentation of incident.
Was posturing unevenly to reach for hat on wall hook. Tip of tie slipped in open mouth of pot. Duration of dunk approximately 3 seconds.
Please elab on incident.
Need counsel on removing coffee from necktie. Incident occurred 45 seconds ago. Beverage essences rapidly setting into fabric. Just love some dad conversations.
Okay, sorry. I was just sending a link to someone.
Proceed, my good man.
You grab the PDA, switching back to stack modus so it is readily accessible. The interface is oddly sterile. No hilarious clown wallpapers or anything like that. Oops, you mean Harlequin wallpapers. The serious business application is open. It seems your dad uses it to keep tab on various acquaintances. His fellow street performers, maybe? I guess the performing arts must be pretty serious business after all.
John, install Pester Chum.
This should be useful. Now you can keep tabs on your chums while you wander around the house.
John, go out to balcony.
Oh, hey, I'm out on the balcony now. I am messaging you from my dad's PDA.
The one you threw into the yard?
No, I am telling you, it jumped out of my Silodex like a frightened weasel.
What were you doing with it in the first place? I'm not sensing a lot of regard for the personal property of others. Is this how your pent-up frustration with your father manifests itself?
What? No. Those were all accidents. Please take your psychobabble elsewhere, miss.
Your bathroom is a mess. Did you do that too?
Oh man, this isn't cool, all this snooping nonsense.
There's a cake in the toilet.
Yes, there is.
I'm tempted to clean it up for you.
Okay, if that will satisfy your weird OCD complex, then go ahead.
My obsessive-compulsive disorder complex? Can a disorder also be a complex?
In your case, probably.
Sounds complicated.
Anyway, I'm going to have to look at this enormous platformy thing you put on the balcony.
John examined Alchemeter in a cautious manner.
Welcome back, Renata.
She's got feet.
I mean, there are in fact feet on screen, although they're in shoes.
Yep.
You have no idea what to do with this thing. You just can't find any controls for it. Having exhausted all other possibilities, you decide to just stand on it. This isn't very cautious of you, actually.
John looked through telescope.
It is a clear, sunny day. Nothing out of the ordinary to report. At least not beyond the walls of your own home.
Yeah, bud?
We should take a bathroom break.
Oh, yeah.
In about 2 hours.
Okay.
So let's pause right here so we can all go bathroom and stuff like that.
Oh, sure.
All right, everyone, go put cake in your toilet.
Okay. Good idea.
We'll return in 2 to 3 minutes or so.
Okay, sounds good.
Say it like you mean it. Give me the hammer.
Seems to be working still. Okay, I'm back.
I am also back. I played the Give Me the Hammer because I forgot to play that when John got his hammer. While we wait for Vlad to return, are you enjoying your time?
I'm enjoying so far. As I said, like, it's actually, like, like, it's, so far, it's straightforward, well-characterized, very funny, like, very dryly humorous as well. For, like, so far, yeah, like, like, admittedly, I don't know how long, two kids play a game, two kids play a game that has the clear and visible effects on the world outside, and this will have obvious consequences.
Yep.
I don't know how long that's going to be the concept of the comic, but that's very straightforward, and that is what the comic has been so far.
Yep.
I am back.
Welcome back. Grab the toilet, the soiled toilet.
Okay.
This is one of my favorite parts. What? Whoops, what? What was that noise? Is this something I should go investigate?
No, I have it under control. You can keep playing with your telescope.
John, investigate.
Okay.
Ugh.
I think I can patch it up. Just give me a little space. Why don't you go have a look at the Cruxtruder?
The what?
The thing I put in your living room.
John, hop down the hole.
You jump down to the utility room.
John, get sledgehammer and card.
You take the sledgehammer and the capsulon card, combine the two, and quickly apply it to your Strife Specibus. You think it's cool that things don't always have to be a federal fucking issue.
Looks like another one. Oh, wait, that's your line, my bad.
It looks like another one of your chums is pestering you on your PDA.
John, answer chum.
Friend.
John, did you get my package?
Oh, hey. No, not yet.
Darn, are you sure? It was in a green box.
Oh, yes, but it is in my dad's car, and he's still out at the store. He should be back soon.
Great, so what are you up to today?
I'm up to my neck in the spurb stuff. TT's making a royal mess of my house.
Well, what's Spurb?
Oh, it's this game. It's okay, I guess. I'm still figuring it out.
Whoa, what was that?
What was what?
There was a loud noise outside my house. It sounded like an explosion.
Wow, really?
We'll go outside and look.
Oh man, alright, but be careful, okay?
I will.
John might as well check out the Cruxtruder.
Oh, hell no. You put this thing in front of the door?
There's a door there?
Yeah.
I didn't see it. I just thought it fit nicely into that groove.
You mean you thought it was elegant? Okay, well, what do I do with this thing? Hello? What are you doing up there now?
She rips a fucking bathtub.
Oh, fuck.
John, examine wheel on the Cruxtruder.
When you turn the wheel, something seems to be pushing up from underneath the lid. But you aren't strong enough to make the lid come off.
TT, put bathtub in driveway.
On the tub's journey to the driveway, the connection is interrupted.
John, scold TT. He's taking a little ride.
you can see me, right? Tell me what is wrong with this picture.
Sorry, I keep losing the wireless signal. Must be the weather. I would look for a stronger signal in another part of the house, but I'd rather not risk an encounter with my mother. I've battled through her cloud of gin and derision once already this evening.
Yeah, I hear you.
Yes, cakes, jesters, unfaltering love and support. Quite a road to hoe there, though I suppose I'm complicit for not informing social services about your situation.
I know. What about going outside? Maybe you could catch a neighbor signal?
That presents the same problem. Also, it's raining, remember? And dark.
It's dark already?
Yes, the sun has already had its way with us here on the East Coast. Its lurid glare has moved on to younger time zones.
Okay. John canonically lives in Washington State, and Rose lives canonically in the middle of New York. John hit
So they're only
Oh, go ahead.
So John's home is only one state over from Gravity Falls.
Yep. Yeah, he lives in Maple Valley, Washington. And Rose, or TT, excuse me, you don't know them yet. TT lives in Rainbow Falls, New York, which is not actually a real place, but Maple Valley is. John hit Crookstrudel with a sledgehammer.
I know who Rose is from The Baby Is You.
Yeah.
So. She came as fast as she could.
Need some help?
TT pick up sledgehammer. And then, that thing be wiggling. What is this thing? And what is the clock counting down to?
Had the game fact walkthroughs to figure out some of this stuff out. Hold while I read further.
Okay.
All of these walkthroughs are extremely short. None progressed much further than this point.
Weird. Well, I mean, it is a new game.
True. Now that the lid is off, you will need to extrude some cruxite.
John turned wheel again.
You extrude one cruxite towel.
John, get cruxite.
I feel like we should be hurrying. That countdown is making me nervous. John? Oh, your PDA is trapped under the cruxite now, isn't it? Anyways, it looks like you're going to need this card too.
TT deploy pre-punched card. Okay, John get card. The glass shard slices off part of the Harlequin.
A shard of glass is expelled from the deck and maims the Harlequin doll.
John captured principal Harlequins. Also removing an arm and an eye.
You take two fanciful Harlequins. The additional useless freight pushes your PDA to the last card. You then switch to the Q modus so you can access the PDA. More glass shrapnel flies from the deck.
Aw, I
Speaking
love
of shrapnel, I wish he was here.
Yeah. Homeboy better watch the VOD.
He said he was gonna be late, but this is like, I thought it was gonna be like an hour late.
Yeah.
But like...
Alright, next page. This thing keeps following me around. I think it's trying to talk to me or something.
That is probably the kernel sprite. It apparently needs to be prototyped? Twice, actually. Whatever the hell that means. These walkthroughs are horrendously written.
Okay. Well, you are the one with the cursor, so just do whatever you think is the right thing to do. Also, fix my bathroom. Also note that the text, supposedly, that the kernel sprite is speaking is like the different textures you can have in one of the original MS Paints.
Oh yeah, so it is.
Alright. TT, drop maimed Harlequin into kernel sprite.
Okay.
Ooh, we get a sound page.
Ooh, let's see. Stereophonic action.
We've invented a friend. Yes, you can read the caption.
The Colonel sprite has been prototyped with the Harlequin doll.
And it's just like an infinite loop of the song.
Okay.
Alright, next page. I still can't understand this thing's gobbledygook. And now it's just speaking strictly in different fleur-de-lis.
That was only tier 1 prototyping. There's still another tier to the prototyping process, which, for all we know, merely advances this entity through increasingly esoteric states of linguistics.
The clock is ticking. We don't have time for this asinine tomfoolery.
This unmitigated poppycock?
Extravagant hogwash. Okay, stop. Stop typing whatever silly thing you're typing. I'm going upstairs to the big platformy thing.
The alchemitor?
Hmm?
Try to learn the lingo.
John used pre-punched card with the alchemitor.
Thank you, the Bulba Boy. I love you too.
Aw, that's gay.
Hella gay. There is no slot for a card anywhere to be found on the alchemitor. The Colonel sprite followed you upstairs.
Explore Athenium.
Acquiring a Cruxite dowel seems to have populated the Athenium with one item. A perfectly generic object.
John Captchulog Telescope. It's so tiny.
You snatch the telescope from its tripod. Who knows, it might be useful. But more importantly, it pushes the Cruxite from the last card, making it available for tinkering. The PDA is predictably jettisoned into the yard over the neighbor's fence.
John put Cruxite on weird pattern on alchemitor.
You place the Cruxite dowel on the alchemitor's small pedestal. Something is happening.
Let me see this big arm shooting up a little laser. And then next page.
You set the alchemitor to cast three perfectly generic objects for some reason, expending a total of 6 units of build grist. These things look completely useless. What a waste! Out of the corner of your eye, you notice there's something in the sky.
John switch modus and use telescope to inspect the sky.
You switch back to stack modus and get a closer look with your telescope. Whatever it is, the Colonel sprite seems particularly agitated about it.
Uh-oh, looks like something's coming. With a little over 3 minutes to go.
You're no astronomer, but its trajectory looks suspiciously head-on with your current perspective. This is a troubling development.
High five, Colonel Sprite.
You figure you've left him hanging long enough.
I think about that all the time. John attempted to ingest a unit of bilgrist.
Oh!
Yeah.
Oh, that's what they are!
And that's why Nana bought gushers.
I was like, oh, it's like a D12. And then no, it's a gusher.
Turns out you're just a nerd.
Unlike Andrew Hussey, who's clearly very well socialized.
Something like that.
It is tempting because they strongly resemble Rockin' Blue Raspberry Gushers. However, units of build grist are a gaming abstraction and do not seem to exist on the physical plane. There's apparently no crisis so imminent that will deter you from contemplating idiotic and frivolous actions.
Alright, Dad's home.
Your dad is getting home. John, what did you do with your PDA this time? I'm working on the bathroom, but we are running low on build grist.
PT revised bathroom. Okay, we got a floor.
Oop.
And then Dad's trying to get in. He sees the cake on the lawn. John, run to your room and contact TT through Pester Chum.
You chums have been trying to message you.
John, answer chums.
I'm working on the bathroom, but we are running low on build grist.
Oh man, who cares about the bathroom now? Now there's a meteor heading for my house.
I see. Do you suppose it has anything to do with the game?
I don't know. Maybe. What do I do?
I think it's very likely. The walkthroughs vaguely suggest an impending threat before they end. The already poorly constructed sentences become even more curt and ambiguous, as if written hastily with a sense of alarm. Actually, their dedication to updating the walkthrough under such circumstances is admirable.
Wow, fascinating. Huh?
If the meteor is a game construct, I think the only thing to do is to proceed and try to solve the dilemma on the game's terms. Try using the lathe. It says you can use the card on it, but it isn't more specific than that.
Okay, I'll do that.
Really, it is a labor to read this drivel. If I read any more, my brain will need to be spoon-fed from a jar. Will it blow spit bubbles in a high chair? Think I will write my own walkthrough. That is, after we make sure you don't die.
That's what I think is going to happen to my brain after reading Homestuck. Turntech Godhead, TG, began pestering ectobiologist EB at 1734. I heard you got the box. I hope you appreciate my heroic fatherly perseverance in getting it to you. In my rough and tumble dirty wife beaterly sort of way. Also, I hope you appreciate how many no-talent douches had their mitts on that bunny before you. It's like a grubby baton in some huge douchebag marathon. Hey, where are you?
Oh man, the bunny was awesome. But I don't have time to talk. I'm playing Spurb, and it's kind of a nightmare. TT's breaking everything in my house.
Dude, I told you to steer clear of that game. And for that matter, you should probably wash your hands of flighty broads and their snarky horse shit altogether.
Aw, yay, Vlad made them. They're very beautiful. And now there's a meteor coming, and I'm not even joking about that. It's like a big asteroid or comet or something. In the sky, heading right for my house.
Oh man, how big is it?
I don't know, big, I guess. I gotta go. We'll talk later if I'm still alive and the Earth isn't blown up.
Like, the size of Texas, or just Rhode Island? They're always throwing around these geographical comparisons to give us a sense of scale like it really means anything to us. But it's like, it doesn't matter. It's always just like, wow, it's pretty fucking big! Like, Mr. President, there's a meteor coming, sir. Oh yeah, how big is it? It's the size of Texas, sir. Oh shit! Or, how big is it? It's the size of New York City, sir. Oh shit! Sir, I'm afraid the comet is the size of your mom's dick. Oh snap! Sir, are you familiar with Jupiter? You mean like the planet? Yeah. Well, it's that big, sir. That sounds pretty big. I have a question. Is it Jupiter? Yes, sir. Earth is literally under siege by planet fucking Jupiter. Oh shit! Anyway, later.
Probably my most favorite conversation ever. It's so fucking funny.
I do just like how being told that his friend's house is being destroyed, he is just like going on a tangent about exactly how big is a giant meteor. Is the giant meteor.
Yeah, not conversation, oration.
Yeah.
John, use pre-punch card on totem lathe.
You slip the pre-punched card into a slot on the totem lathe. Above, the tool arm deploys a configuration of chisels. Now you just need something to lathe.
John, take Crooksite to totem lathe.
Cursing your lack of foresight, You return to the balcony for the Cruxite dowel you left on the pedestal. You navigate the hallway leery of your dad, who is currently puzzling over the new fixture in his hallway.
My favorite panel.
The perfect crime.
I quote that all the time.
You retrieve the Cruxite dowel. Dad just shrugs and heads back downstairs, presumably to do some more baking. If only he knew you were hard at work saving his ass.
John used Crookside Dowel on Totem Lathe.
You clamp the Cruxite in the lathe.
Activate Lathe. Whee!
The lathe carves one totem. You take the totem.
Alright, I used the lathe to make this blue shapy thing. Now I guess I take it back to the alchemixer again. Hello? Connection lost. And now he's stuck in his room with 2 minutes to go.
He is truly homestuck.
And now we have a new friend.
A young lady stands in her bedroom. Due to a violent storm, her house has just lost power, along with her wireless internet connection. This has severed her link to a popular video game she was playing with a young man at a critical moment. That young man is relying on this young lady to reestablish a connection somehow. This young lady named... It's on the tip of your tongue. What was the name of this young lady again?
I always thought she did look like Mandy. Enter name.
She does, honestly.
Blighty Broad.
No, that wasn't it.
One more time. Rose Lalonde. Examine room.
Your name is Rose. As was previously mentioned, you are without electricity, although your laptop computer still functions on battery power. You have a variety of interests. You have a passion for rather obscure literature. You enjoy creative writing and are somewhat secretive about it. You have a fondness for the bestially strange and fictitious, and sometimes dabble in psychoanalysis. You also like to knit, and your room is a bit of a mess. And on occasion, if just the right one strikes your fancy, you like to play video games with your friend. What will you do?
Rose, retrieve arms from the purple box.
The purple package's contents are private. No one is allowed to look inside.
Rose, ride like a flagellum and puke on your bed.
Ugh, what a terrible idea. The thought alone makes you sick to your stomach.
We're reading this on the unofficial Homestuck collection. I can link it in GitHub. There's a GitHub link to it because Viz Media decides not to continue supporting Homestuck. Rose, stroke writing journal and mutter, "My precious."
You'd only resort to such an embarrassing activity while no one was watching. These journals are for your eyes only.
Rose, get violin.
Oh, she's way more powerful than John. Look at how much bigger her inventory is.
Yeah.
You captchalogue the violin, storing it the root card of your Sylladex.
Rose, play a haunting refrain on the violin.
You waste a... Oh,
Go ahead.
probably wait for it to... You waste approximately 40 seconds playing the violin while your friend is in peril. Nice time management skills there, sweetheart.
John, tell Liv Tyler you love her before impact.
Since your good-for-nothing friend is obviously not going to bail you out in time, you issue words of parting fondness to dear, sweet Liv. Oh, if only Affleck could have been the one to make the final sacrifice instead of her stubborn, blue-collar, salt-of-the-earth father. Then she would fall into your arms for consolation, and you would be the one to make the deceased Bruce Willis proud.
Rose Capsulog knitting supply bag.
You get the knitting bag! It occupies the left leaf card under the violin, per the Tree Modus's alphabetical sorting method.
Rose lookout window. Yep, that's what New York looks like.
Your panoramic window offers a view of your yard below and the mausoleum housing your dead cat, Jaspers, who died when you were young. Your mom had the structure erected with a spirit of scornful irony in response to your youthfully innocent request to hold a funeral for the animal. At least that is how you have come to interpret the gesture in retrospect. You can also make out a silhouette of the laboratory next door, a facility which likely broadcasts a strong wireless internet signal. You may be able to connect to the signal from a different part of the house. Perhaps if you seek higher ground?
Rose get laptop.
Hold on. You take your laptop and prepare to make the journey through the house. L, less than V, L greater than K. This causes the tree to be unbalanced, so your Sylladex auto-balances itself. Now the laptop occupies the root card, while the other two items comprise the leaves.
Rose examine book on desk.
Okay. This book is absolutely indispensable for enthusiasts of your ilk, of which there are very few. Is that Shuma Gorath on the cover?
I have no idea, but I love it. This book is oh wait, you already read that. Rose, take a book.
You take the Grimoire. G less than L, G less than K.
Rose, go explore the house. This is an absolutely fucking gorgeous painting.
You leave your bedroom. Hanging just next to your door in the hallway is the painting of an exquisite wizard. Your mother collects these awful things ironically. She must know how much you detest them, and there is no doubt in your mind she stores these dreadful things in the house to bother you. Down the hall to the right is the way to the observatory. Perhaps you will be able to connect from up there? Your mother's room is also in that direction. You will have to watch your step.
So, like, my parents collect stuff, you know? So, like, my mom collects Disney memorabilia, and my dad collects Star Wars memorabilia. And then, like, my grandfather always collect John Wayne memorabilia. And then Nana's mom collects unicorns. So it's, like, really funny that, like, there's just that whole, like, having random shit around the house. Just, like, it seems so normal to me. I don't know if your guys' family just collects random shit like that.
I'm the person in my family who collects random shit.
Same.
Yeah.
Other than my mom, she collects bad husbands.
I mean, that was my mom for quite a while.
Wow. Alright, Rose, tiptoe to the observatory.
You leave your bedroom. Hanging just next to your door in the hallway.
Oh, I thought you read that.
I read that.
Yeah.
My bad. You approach a juncture in the hallway. Beyond the juncture is the observatory.
Nice little illustration. Ooh, what was that in the lightning? Rose, sneak by. Oh, it's not there. The apparition's not there anymore. Alright, and then she's over here.
This door leads up to the observatory. You haven't ventured up there in quite some time.
Rose, go through door.
The door opens to an exterior walkway leading to the observatory entrance. You've seen less inclement weather before. Oh, the things you'll do to help out a friend.
Rose, hurry up to that observatory. Rose, try to connect.
You first put your laptop down on the floor to get it situated, but removing it from the root card causes all the branches and leaves to be severed. Your items are dumped unceremoniously on the floor.
Rose, see what you can observe.
You're in a hurry, sure, but that doesn't mean you can't take a moment to peek through the huge telescope. You find a gap in the clouds. It seems a flurry of smaller meteoroids is streaking steadily overhead. You're not sure what this means, but it is somewhat disconcerting.
Rose, stack laptop on Grimoire to maximize elevation.
You'll need every advantage you can get.
Rose, access laboratory Wi-Fi network.
There are several signals being broadcasted from the laboratory, each of relatively decent strength. One of them is mysteriously and quite conveniently unsecured, requiring no password. You select the signal and reconnect to the game with John.
Alright, there's 40 seconds left.
I'm back.
Hurry up and open my door. Not that it even matters. I think I'm probably dead no matter what.
Patience, you still haven't used the new totem.
Huh?
I believe it will create the item on the punch card.
So what is it, like an apple or something? What good will that even do?
You'll see. I found no evidence that anyone has successfully created the item. And the content of the card appears to be variable from session to session. In one instance, it was described as an eggy-looking thingin.
Do we have enough of those building jewels to make it?
According to the Athenium, it is a free item. This speaks to its importance, in my view. Now off you go.
Rose, remove door from hinges.
There goes the rest of your build, Grist.
Rose, put bathtub back.
You probably should have just done this in the first place.
John, take totem to alchemitor.
Got to get those stupid blocks out of the way first. The Colonel sprite is getting awfully worked up about all this.
Rose, remove blocks.
You store the perfectly generic objects in your Fernalia registry, potentially to be deployed at a later time.
Alright. It's time for a sound. Beautiful.
It struck me the green thing on his shirt is Slimer.
Yep.
I didn't realize that before now.
Yes, it is.
End of Act 1.
Yeah. Here's some really important stuff. Yeah, I thought Act 1 would take us a lot longer, but I'm like, this is great, because now we have time, we probably have enough time to do a good chunk of Act 2. Act 2 is about the same length as Act 1, so... Years in the future, but not many. A wayward vagabond records a stuttering step in the sun-bleached dust. Then you click the link, you can see this little vagabond just walking along. He sees something. Brushes off the sand. Reveals a curious-looking logo.
Oh, yeah. The
Act 2. Alright, have fun, Vlad.
Oh god. Spare Beta Walkthrough, version 1.0, April 13th, 2009. By Tentacle Therapist. Table of Contents. Caveats and Condolences. 2. Walkthrough, incomplete. Caveats and Condolences. I'd be inclined to dispense with the trait even under less pressing circumstances. Needless to say, I'll forego the inscrutable ASCII banner, which typically heralds the striking freefall of these documents. I'll also resist the urge to brandish any copyright marks or the particular neurosis that concerns itself with the theft of the utterly mundane. I'll allow the other deranged prospectors to stake claim on their worthless plots as the wood burns around them. My introduction will be sparse. There will be no majestic prose blustering into the sails of a galleon as we embark on this voyage together. Nor will there be any ham-fisted prose whipping its limbs under a bedsheet. Like a blank ghost, for that matter. I won't set the stage or dim the lights. The mood you will see will be set soon enough. Since you are reading this, chances are you have installed this game on your computer already. If this is true, like many others, you have just participated in bringing about the end of the world. But don't beat yourself up about it. There's never anything you could have done to prevent it. The end is happening right now as I type, and as you read. I have come to understand that we were always doomed through our collective ignorance, and now further doomed by those few who know, and struggle to flee. If you're lucky, you'll be along the smaller subset of the latter who are successful. What I mean is, while that game you installed is just one more grinding slab of rock sealing our planet's crypt, it is also your only hope to live. I'm presently faced with the same conundrum as you, and though I speak with more experience, my own outcome is far from assured. I will play the game, as much of it as there is to play, and record my findings here. If you want to live, you will do as I instruct. My condolences.
And then we get another sound page.
I mean, I don't know if I would say that so far this is more straightforward than Lost. But, I don't know, Andrew Hussey does seem like he would have J.J. Abrams energy.
Some spooky little eyes there under the bed.
Oh, yeah. So there are.
Yeah.
Dad's still making more cake.
And there we are, out in the middle of fucking nowhere. All right.
Okay. The kernel divides. The two halves go their separate ways, leaving behind the sprite portion.
Boy!
What is left... good point, Dana. What is left of the sprite undergoes a mysterious transformation. For a moment, you thought you heard someone say, "boy," as if whispered in the periphery of your awareness. It was probably just your imagination, though.
You there, boy! Oh, this part's fun. You can walk around, which is pretty cool. Yeah, to walk around, use the mouse, arrow keys, or WASD keys. Click on various objects to open command menus. Thank you, Alexis Gankro, Ben Gestner, for programming this. So it's pretty cool. You can like walk the fuck around. You can, boy, open this door and walk through it. So you can say hi to Michael Cera. That man with the humorous spectacles. Admire him. Oh, Michael Cera, your warm smile is a shining beacon in these dark times. Boy, go in here. Observe this box. The bunny is not in the box. I said the bunny is not in the box. Why couldn't the bunny be in the box? You there, boy. What? This funny man text. You should ignore it. Just looking at the cover cracks you up. What a great book. Harry Anderson is your hero, and Mike Cavini's glowing treatment of the man does him every bit of justice. You'll have to give this another read soon. This huge sewing machine, of what use is it? The punch cards seem to contain the instructions for carving a totem of certain shape. You guess maybe the other punch cards will produce different shapes. It bears further exploration.
I think I've gotten lost from where you are. I don't think I'm having trouble getting into the bedroom.
I'm looking in the
We can just get
hallway.
Yeah.
I am not fond of this smug fellow. The man, the myth, the legend. What do you have up your sleeve there, Anderson? Look at that poker face. He's not telling a soul. Go in there now. Here's the bathroom. Your plumbing appears faulty. Man, Rose did such a piss-poor job of fixing the bathroom, it would almost certainly be a mistake to try to use the toilet. You guessed you could just pee over the edge of the cliff. Your dad's room is still locked. No, keep moving. Believe me, you have no intention of turning your head to observe this dreadful thing. What is the meaning of this rubbish? Okay, even you have to admit this one's pretty funny. Small dessert tray? Useless. In retrospect, it's pretty funny when your dad pied you like that. Gotcha'd again by the old man. Boy, listen to me, boy. His name is John, you nincompoop. Topple this urn immediately. That would be disrespectful to your Nana. You just won't do it. Or not intentionally, at least. You consider that it is fortunate she is no longer around to witness this sorrow. On the other hand, you'd probably benefit from her elderly wisdom now. Stow lump of soot for future use, boy.
I'm caught up now, so...
That stuff is really dirty and you don't want it. Besides, you have it on good authority that a significant portion of it is comprised of asbestos. And then you can enter the kitchen this way through the doors, like you see a cowboy saloon. So the kitchen is just covered in black gook.
Yeah.
This book is too big for a young stupid boy. Colonel Sassacres is your favorite book, almost as favorite as Wise Guy. They're both your favoritist of all time. Examine this artwork. He has a little terrible drawing of Slimer. Your dad was so proud when you drew this, he hung it up immediately and it stayed there ever since. That was 1 week ago. This is a telephone, boy. Use it. Phone doesn't work. Then you can go outside. And then here we are in the laundry room. Open these and rifle through them for goods. You don't give a shit what's in there. Probably nothing you'd be inclined to use now anyway. Exit, boy. Ponder long amusement. Your childhood nemesis, the spring-mounted pogo ride, sadly was not swallowed by the void. It will have to wait another day for its comeuppance. Engage this mangled trapeze display. Looks like your swing set is toast. You relive fond memories in a moment of sorrow. And then there's the handcuffs. Claim the dangling tree bubble. The trick handcuffs are still there, thank God. I know you're not about to try to claim them just now. Alright, I'm gonna go to the other side of the house. You see, admire wall-mounted gadget. Through some mysterious force, your house still seems to be powered, even though the wires are severed. Quite bizarre. Alright, so there's a... Before we move on, there is a Easter egg on this page. I'm gonna see if it works. I believe it's Control-T.
You have this little, what's that? Looks different now. After you put the apple, your house seemed to be transported to somewhere. Then the apple disappeared and the kernel sprite underwent a transformation. Aside from the change in appearance, the transformation doesn't seem to have any relevant ramifications. You don't understand a word this idiot says.
Shrapnel, you're here! You missed all of Act 1!
Yeah! You gotta watch the VOD. The ghost clown, do something with it. The ghost clown is called a kernel sprite, or rather just the sprite now, I suppose. You can't do something with it at the moment. The only thing you can theoretically do is Tier 2 prototype it, assuming that's still possible. So, with the Control T activated, you can just walk literally anywhere. So now you can, like, walk up to the roof. And there's a, I guess if I was on the right side of the house, I don't remember how to get to the other side of the house. But if you were on the other side of the house, you could interact with the chest on the roof. In a Korean barbecue. Oh, yeah, right here. Okay, I don't know if I don't know how to do, Morse code. Does anyone here quite know Morse code? Nope. And there's also this delightful thing here. Alright. So we'll keep that brief, but let me quick. Did you look it up or no?
Oh, no, hold on, I guess I'm worried that, so, okay, so, dash, 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 dot, dot, dash, 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 dot, 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 hold on, I don't have easy access to a, give me a second to get a Morse code translator?
I think I got one.
Okay. Because I was gonna do the whole thing I did at the end of every episode of Gravity Falls.
Oh, it translates to 024913.
024913.
I feel like I might have gotten that wrong. Well, I think it's supposed to be just like 413. 2009. Yeah, it inverted it for me.
Okay.
But yeah, it's supposed to be 413 2009.
Okay, so the mythologized Homestuck date.
Yep.
The launch date.
Alright, so let's continue reading. Boy, quit all this scurrying around.
Yes.
Okay, I'm trying to get it to
Okay.
load. Hold on.
Did we explain to Shrapnel what he missed, or just
Yeah, you
give him no...
Yeah, explain to Shrapnel. Whoop, there we go. Alright, there we go.
Okay.
It froze a little bit on me.
So, no, there are probably bits that would be way more important if to explain to people who know Homestuck well. So I'll just go with what I personally have gathered so far. So John spent a lot of time figuring out how to manage his inventory. Then finally got the game Spurb that he's wanted to play for a long time, and it turns out that it messes around with reality and tries to cause the end of the world by means of meteor. So, with the help of his friend Rose, he managed to seemingly avert the crisis. However, his house is now stuck on a spire in the middle of nowhere.
Right.
His home is stuck, if you will.
Fine, John. Return to your quarters.
Did that sound like a good synopsis for Shrapnel's listening? Okay. You go back up to your bedroom, tiptoeing around the weird petroleum-based sludge.
Now, John, respond to your friend unit.
John, are you there?
Hey, yeah, I'm here. And not dead, I think.
I know. I've been watching you scramble through the house like a lunatic. You should have answered me sooner.
Oh man, sorry. I was looking around for my dad and I can't seem to find him anywhere. Have you seen him?
No, I'm sure he'll turn up. We have more important things to address right now.
Yeah, like, where am I?
I don't know that either, but I've determined your neighborhood was destroyed by the meteor. Wherever you were transported, it saved you from the impact. I've been reading reports in the news. Over the last few days, there have been many smaller meteor collisions with people's homes around the world. And they seem to be getting bigger. Yours was the biggest they've identified so far.
Wow, okay. So then, I guess if this is all the game's doing, then the point is for us to save the world?
Perhaps.
Oh, then we better get moving and figure this game out.
Yes, but wait. We should retrieve your PDA. Yet again. It will help us to keep tabs on each other while you investigate. I think I can get you closer to it if I can replenish our grist supply somewhat. There may be a way to recycle some that we already used.
Okay.
I'll meet you on the balcony.
Wait, Rose, one thing.
What?
You never even wished me a happy birthday. Hello?
I was working on something to send you, but I was running late with it. I didn't want you to think I believed meager well wishes would suffice for the occasion. That said, happy birthday, John.
Oh, geez, that is silly. Anyway, thanks. First, take the fabric item on the floor there.
What? This is... I'm not sure. Shrapnel's saying some things that don't make sense to me. Or I guess technically...
I don't think we're ready for that yet.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, Shrap, that's
Post game.
far out.
Yeah. By like a decade. Not quite accurate, not quite inaccurate either.
The towel? Why? Oh well, you're the boss. You capture-log the towel. What now?
Shrapnel of truth. Yeah, there was the when John broke his window and there was glass everywhere, the word shrapnel appeared and we were like, oh, we miss you. Do as the purple text says, to the balcony.
John makes his way to the balcony per your awkwardly worded request.
Wait, take that. The blue wobbly thing.
You whimsically decide to capture-log the totem, which was used to create the apple tree earlier.
John, recycle the grist, as was dictated by your cohort.
John cannot do anything with the grist as of this moment. That is up to the Spurb player.
I see.
Yes, that will suffice. Rose deletes the perfectly generic objects. 6 units of build grist are restored to your grist cache.
Okay.
Rose expends the grist to drag a new plank from the balcony in the direction of the PDA.
John, run across precarious platform swiftly.
John isn't sure about that. It's a long way down.
Boy, I said make haste on the narrow catwalk. No!
John his little head shaking sprite is very cute.
Very cute.
John is very nervous about the idea, and the strident tone of your commands is starting to make him a little upset.
Fine, proceed as your level of comfort dictates.
You cautiously walk within range of the PDA. Rose retrieves it.
Now take it.
Watching a Harlequin get expended and just...
Oh yes, John's dad collects Harlequins.
Yes.
You grab the PDA, launching one of the Harlequin figurines into the night. You can kiss that one goodbye.
And then you see the mysterious typing has now given you 2 arrows. We got some more dad speak.
Okay,
I don't remember. Oh, I was Gray Slack, and Vlad was Well Pressed Attire, I believe.
okay, was I think I
Fedora
was
Freak.
office surgeon, and
Yeah, Fedora Freak seems new, so.
okay,
Oh wait, no, you were Fedora Freak and Office Urchin. That's right.
yeah. Who I was, or
Oh wait, no, I was Fedora Freak. I was Fedora Freak and Gray Slack. Right. Okay.
okay.
Thank you all. Report. Most hats removed from danger. Ties next.
Fedora Freak, you are in our thoughts, along with Pipe Fan 13 and his enviable collection of pipes.
Orville.
Oh yes. Good luck, Fedora Freak. Salvage as many hats as is practical.
The neighboring house struck by flaming projectile. In light of fire hazard, evacuating house of all expensive garments. Pipe Fan 413. Status of health wardrobe.
Submitting inquiry of concerns over cataclysmic event. Pipe Fan 13 reply.
Just one arrow command will suffice. Thanks. Looks like you're not the only one trying to locate your father after the disaster.
These boring men are uninteresting. Okay, there we go. All right.
John, are you okay? You seem a bit tentative.
I'm fine, I guess. Since I got here, I feel compelled to do these weird things I don't really want to do, by some kind of voice that I can't really even hear. I don't know. It's hard to explain.
Perhaps the early symptoms of anxiety disorder, like post-traumatic stress?
Yeah, maybe. Who knows?
Well, if you can pull yourself together, there are a few more things we should try, like prototyping the kernel sprite again, if possible. We should hurry. My laptop battery won't last forever.
Okay, I'll go back inside.
No, don't do that. Hop off this ledge onto that car.
What? No, that sounds incredibly dangerous.
Arrows, arrows, arrows.
Now you're just being a pest. Which turnip truck did you just tumble out of anyway? Who are you?
Years in the future, but not many. And then here we see that same exact logo from earlier that was brushed from the sand. You open that, and you see what lies in that tunnel. At the very bottom, very laboratory-ish looking area, and that little fellow, that little creature, all wrapped in rags, is looking at a monitor. Upon that monitor, you see John. He's typing, "Boy. You there, boy." We now see who the origin of the words are. Okay, next page. Have fun, Vlad. Also, love that a walkthrough from Winnie the Poop.
When connecting with the client, an examination of the basics. Upon connecting with the client user, you, the server user, will be met with a control panel allowing you to manipulate your co-player's environment. You will find that you are allowed to deploy 4 items at no expense. 3 of these are rather large machines, and 1 is a punch card. It's quite possible that you have already deployed some of these items before reading this. If that is the case, and you have activated the machine called the Crush-Truder, such that it displays a countdown, you must proceed to section A100 of this walkthrough immediately. The life of the client user depends on it, and if your co-player has activated this device in your environment too, then yours does as well. But if not, please refrain from doing anything with the Crush-Truder aside from merely deploying it. This will buy us some time to think things through properly and go over the basics of the game before you find your soft, easily punctured head in the jaws of the lion. As mentioned, there are 4 items to consider, each playing a role in a process which appears to have a singular purpose. to manufacture objects out of thin air. The designers of this game, judging by the language used, regard this as a sort of alchemy. This may allude to complexities in the production process yet to present themselves, but for now, the variety of objects you are able to create remains quite limited. The items in questions are the Cruxtruder, again, tread lightly with this one, the Totem Lathe, the Alchemitor, and the Pre-Punched Card. I will describe how these devices work in conjunction with each other. I will use the analogy of having a key made at a hardware store to help you understand. First, deploy all of these objects in convenient proximity to each other. Be sure not to block doors or pathways with them. You can always revise the dimensions of the rooms to make space for them. But I'd advise against this for even experimenting with the function. Doing so comes at the expense of build grist, a commodity which appears to be at a premium at the onset, and when you'd be best advised to save for later. The Cruxtruder. Removing the lid signals the moment your life becomes a great whirling batshit pandemonium, somewhat resembling the chaos of an especially ethnic wedding. What the fuck?
I think they're imagining like a Jewish wedding where they're all running in a circle with someone in a chair, or like a Greek wedding where they're smashing plates and shit.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Somewhere, a soused uncle deliberately shatters china on the floor. Muddy livestock is decorated and then lost track of. The question, whose mule is this, at times can be heard over the din. This is now your reality. But aside from that, it marks the beginning of the process I'm about to describe. The countdown begins, yes. Also, an entity called the Kernel Sprite is released. But neither of these things are all that relevant to this process, to my knowledge. More on these things later. What is relevant is that the unlidded Cruxtruder's ability is to dispense Cruxite dowels. It will dispense at least one, though I suspect it is capable of producing more, given parameters I'm not yet familiar with. In my key-making analogy, these dowels represent an uncarved piece of metal which the hardware store employee retrieves from a drawer or a rack and sets about carving into a key. The two following items are needed to do the carving. The pre-punched card. It is a simple Siladex card containing an item. There is evidence to suggest the specific item it contains is variable from session to session. The card I deployed contained a blue apple. Yours may be different. It shouldn't matter, hopefully. Additionally, the card, as you may guess, is punched, like one used with antique computing systems. The pattern of holes comprises data, which I believe corresponds to the instructions for creating the item the card contains. That it is pre-punched suggests there is a way to punch an unpunched card, possibly imprinting it with the data for the item it contains, though no mechanism has presented itself yet. But the data on the card cannot be used to create the item directly. There is a middleman. That middleman is the Totem Lathe. The Totem Lathe. This is essentially a key carving machine. It will carve into your Cruxite dowel a pattern of grooves and contours, the sort which makes a key unique. The instructions for this pattern are supplied by the punch card, which is inserted into the lathe pre-activation to configure its chisels. Once the dowel is carved, you have a totem serving as your key, which can then be used to unlock the card item through the Alchemitor. But at this point, I will diverge from the keymake analogy and switch to a barcode analogy, which is not a terribly strenuous leap to make, since the concept of a key and a barcode are essentially the same, one being unique pattern of grooves, the other of varying black lines. The Alchemitor. If you place a Cruxite dowel, carved or uncarved, on the Alchemitor's small pedestal, its robotic arm will scan the contours with a laser, hence the barcode analogy. This is the machine's way of reading the data originally imprinted from the card, and transforming that data into a physical object. Though typically this is not done without expense, I believe. An uncarved dowel results in the creation of a perfectly generic object, which is a seemingly useless green cube. It costs 2 units of build grist to make, and I do not advise you to waste resources on it. There appears to be many other varieties of grist, ostensibly used in combinations to create different sorts of items, which possibly offer some insight into the game's use of the term alchemy. But quite conveniently, there's an exception to this. Creating the item on the pre-punched card costs nothing. This is good because creating this item turns out to be essential. Now that you know this, you can, and in your own time, begin the process. Once you initiate it, naturally, there is no going back, so best be prepared, but you probably shouldn't drag your feet too long. As I mentioned earlier, this is your only means of escape. When you're ready, be prepared to follow the steps in the next section swiftly. A100. So your crux shooter is ticking. Do this to live.
Welcome back, Shrapnel. You...
Yeah, we'll just keep going.
I don't know why it says 811
That was-
on my captions, but I was say,
Massive lore dump.
Yeah.
yeah, exactly. You missed the entire mechanics. The entire mechanics of the game were recapped there.
Yeah. So,
So
if I
it's
were looking
something
on
that would
Game
be
Facts,
very useful to catch if you could.
yeah, if I was on Game Facts and saw that, I would not continue reading it. I would read like the first 2 paragraphs, and be like, nope, I'm done.
Hussy can't. It's because Hussy writes things in the most obnoxious way ever.
And I love it. All right, Rose is looking out at the pouring rain and fire. Lots and lots of fire.
So may or may not do something stupid Monday.
Yeah, it was intentionally hard to read.
Yes.
Yeah.
It is deliberately supposed to be very. It's like how the writing in the Iron Dream is deliberately very clunky, because the premise of the Iron Dream is that it comes from an alternate universe where Hitler became a cut-rate science fiction author instead of the Führer of Germany.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about. Anyway.
Long story short, it's a book that involves something being deliberately written.
Yeah.
Awkward. Anyways, in the distance, meteorites fall with greater frequency. The fire in the forest burns so hot, not even the rain is putting it out.
Rose checks status of battery.
Your laptop battery is alright for now, but it won't be for long. If the power in the house doesn't come back on, you can think of one last resort. The small backup generator stored behind the mausoleum.
Rose, prototype sprite with Betty Crocker box. What? Oh man, you're gonna use that? That sucks. What a stupid idea.
We have to hurry along. I'm running low on battery power.
But the cake mix. Ugh, that's so dumb.
I doubt it matters. We might as well just use any old crap lying around.
Fine, I guess.
The sprite is playing hard to get. You guess that's what you get for originally prototyping it with something that engenders mischief and pranksterism.
Do the potted vegetable instead. It looks delicious.
Pipe down, you. This is Rose's decision, not yours. Or, if you prefer...
Come on, let me do it. I can cast the spell.
Pipe down, what?
Rose prototype sprite with Sessaker text. Oh yes, sweet. Now we're talking.
See if you can distract it. I'll try to sneak up on it.
John flail about in a distracting manner.
The sprite finds the distracting manner in which you flail about to be rather distracting. The pesky sprite eludes you one again. Not even the great Colonel himself can outfox it. In narrowly missing with your attempt to create the Colonel sprite, you drop the Massive's tome. The entire house rattles under the astonishing girth of the book. In the other room, Nana's ashes dump onto the sprite, which is caught unawares by the dowsing.
Inspect Hag Ash incident.
Find the sacred urn toppled again. This time you're quite sure it wasn't your fault. The sprite is nowhere to be found.
Rose, remove Crookstruder from a doorway.
Oh man, where'd it go?
I can't find it anywhere in the house. No time to worry about it. The next thing we should do is get your server copy of the game from the car. You need to connect to my client so I can repeat your steps and presumably join you, wherever you are. We should do this quickly, before my house burns down.
What? There's a fire?
There will be soon.
Oh, geez. So move this thing already.
Looks like it requires a lot of grist to move. I don't have enough to relocate the door, either.
How much do you have?
0.
Oh, thought about jumping into the car from the ledge earlier, but that sounds like a really dangerous idea.
I have a better idea. Meet me upstairs.
Do again as purple words say.
You were about to head upstairs, but you thought you heard something behind you. It was faint, but you could swear it was a small, light-hearted chuckle. Along the lines of a spirited...
A spirited what? Where did they go? Where did Narna go? Nana was floating in the hallway and then ran away. One more. Ignore this woman's antics.
You're not sure you even saw a woman, let alone any of her hypothetical antics. But whatever it was you might have caught a glimpse of, it sure gave you the willies. You head upstairs on your way to the balcony. Your PDA is acting up again.
Indulge the device, but be curt with it.
That's Dave.
Yep. Hey bro, check it out, I'm working on some new rhymes.
Dude, I don't have time for this. I don't have time for your nerdy raps.
Come on, this is Hell's Veil, just listen.
It sounds like you don't even believe me that I was about to get blown up. But I really was. But now I'm in some weird dimension that Spurb sent me to or something, and now on top of that, I think I'm being taunted by my dead grandma.
Huh? For real?
Yeah, it's true, but I'll talk to you later about it.
I think I could drop some sick rhymes about all this.
Man, see, I just don't think all the rapping stuff is really as cool as you think it is.
Now this'll be dope, check it.
No, I have to go, bye.
Wait. Armageddon's getting waged on us, but I'm a-getting armed and dangerous, sending men in space for saving us. See which player's more courageous. Ben or Bruce, dudes reach it Bruce. Put up their blow shoots till you use up and suck it. A fuck sacrifice, crefice, would have to suffice. Oh, fluck it. Bro be a stained glass saint up on a cross getting hella Christ plagiarist. Bruce like off of that crucifix. Up on a cross. Motherfucking save us. I choked on that one. Oops. There's a lot of lines here to read, so... Restrained his ass as per McLean Redux while Buscemi remained dangerous. When a plan gone astray pays off a wasted craterus. Ashtray catering to layers of Matt McConaughey's vague remainder dust. Wait, McConaughey wasn't even in any of those Meteor movies, was he? I'll have to make a rap about, I don't know, Morgan Freeman or something, being the president? It'll be called, Obama made it so that no one gives a shit about black presidents in movies anymore. See, you've got to fill me in on what's going on, so I have something to rap about besides all your dumb shit movies.
Enough strange poetry from the red text. Is that the first time you ever white boy rapped?
Yes. You head out to the balcony to find what Rose had in mind. He is messaging you again.
The purple text is less irrational than red text.
I'm lifting the car up to the balcony.
Whoa, okay.
Once it is up, retrieve the game, then I'll put it back down on the driveway.
But the door is locked.
Then break a window.
But it's my dad's car.
It's just a window, and this is sort of an emergency. Otherwise, I promise I'll handle the car with velvet gloves.
All right. Rose, pick up car. Okay, car's being looked. Connection lost. And it falls off the fucking cliff. Into the abyss. Ridiculous folly, inexcusable.
You're inclined to agree, but hey, accidents happen. You double-check your PDA to make sure if Rose is really gone. Indeed, this seems to be the case. TG is still pestering you, of course, but another chum is now logged in as well.
What color are the words this chum says? Friend.
I'm back.
Oh, hi.
I went to investigate the explosion I heard.
Was it by any chance a meteor?
Yes, how did you know?
Oh man, it's kind of a long story. Anyway, are you okay? Did it blow up your yard or start a fire or anything?
No, I am fine. It landed a pretty good ways from my house, and I went to look at it. And it's pretty big. But Beth doesn't want me to go near it, so I came home. He seems to think it's dangerous.
Well, gosh, he's probably right.
Anyway, oh, what have you been up to, Jean? Oh, did you get my package yet?
Yeah, I was trying to get it, but Rose dropped my car into a weird spooky bottomless pit and the package was in the car, and I'm really sorry about that.
Oh no.
Wow, okay, I guess I should start at the beginning. See, a meteor blew up my neighborhood?
That's terrible, John. I'm so sorry.
But I'm okay. And my house is too. Sort of. That game I was telling you about, Spurb, which I was playing with Rose, sort of, transported me somewhere at the last minute. But now I'm trapped here, and it's just weird and dark, and I can't find my dad, and I just lost the car and my copy of the game in the pit, and I think I have to save the world from apocalypse.
Well, it sounds really crazy and kind of scary, but it also sounds kind of exciting. I don't know, John, maybe this is your destiny. If anyone can save the world, I think it is probably you.
Wow, you think so?
Yes.
Well, okay, but it's not even that simple. I was about to connect to Rose to help transport her and save her from the meteors and fire and stuff, but she lost battery power and I lost the game disc. So I think I have to get TG to use his copy to save her. But that jackass won't shut up and stop rapping and stuff.
He is so silly.
Yeah, anyway, I should talk to him about it, so BRB. The green text was attractive. Now view the red text again.
When the film crew zooms where the president's at, I'm like, if that dude's black, I'll eat my hat. Turns out he is, so we're all like, damn, director's got gumption. Like, we'll all flip our shit because he ain't shining shoes or something. Called free-emancipation. If it's not pres-election, it's god ascension. And Bruce Almighty. Whoops, different Bruce from the one I just mentioned.
Ugh.
Can't explain to me why this ain't condescension to think I'll shit a brick. Not even he can convey the intention with his quick-spun wit. Rather defray all this tension, sit on his lap while he whittles a splint. In some guy's eyes, what he does and patronizes. I guess negrosity's the mother of invention.
Stop rapping for a second, you horse's ass. I have something important to talk about.
What's up?
Rose is in trouble and she needs help. I was going to connect with her, with Spurb, but I lost my copy.
Okay.
Also, she lost battery power. If she can get back up and running, she'll need someone with the game to get her out of there before her house burns down. So I think you should use your copy of the game to help her.
My copy? That's gonna be tough.
Why?
I lost it. It's a stupid story and I'd rather not talk about it. Should be embarrassing, yo.
I thought you said you had two.
Well, yeah. One is my brother's copy.
Okay, well then get his then.
Alright. He's not going to be happy about that.
Whatever. Also, you might want to read Rose's walkthrough to get to speed on this.
Oh, man.
What?
Nothing really. Look, all I'm saying is the girl tends to lay it on kind of thick, you know?
Rose eyes. Alright.
Your laptop is out of battery power. There's only one thing left to do. Time to make your way to that backup generator.
Rose, knit laptop cozy to shield your laptop from the rain.
That would be such a waste of time. Besides, you already knitted one a while ago. You retrieve it from your knitting bag and apply it to your laptop. You captcha-log the laptop plus cozy.
Rose, equip Grimoire to Striped Specibus.
That would be incredibly ill-advised. There's some dark forces that you just don't want to mess with. You understand this better than most. Put the book down.
Rose, recaptcha-log your items.
You grab the knitting bag and the grimoire in that order. It's always a logistical puzzle with your tree modus. The tree auto-balances, leaving the knitting bag accessible in the root card.
Rose, allocate knitting needles to Striped Specibus.
You feel a lot more comfortable with this as a weapon. You're so handy with those needles, you feel like you could probably use them to fillet a swordfish. You lose the root card in the process, severing the tree. Hey, careful with all that stuff.
Rose, knit plush Cuddle Cthulhu to soothe nerves.
That would also be a preposterous waste of time. Besides, you're quite sure that you've never heard of this creature called Cthulhu before. There are, however, many other specimens of the zoologically dubious you're familiar with. Such as...
Rose, consult the Grimoire.
Cthulhu, foul patrician of misery, to hear his mammoth belly gurgle is to know the epic of joy has come to an abrupt end.
I believe Cthulhu is from Problem Sleuth. Okay.
And so it's not just a, and Grub Yiglith, Shame Beast King of Grotesquerie, Writhe Lord of the Moist Beyondhood. Hearing his melodious chirps and tongue clicks causes one to explode.
One's bones to explode.
Or one's bones to explode.
This one's my favorite.
And of course there's Oglogoth, the Deep One. Whenever he grinds his teeth, all the children of a random galaxy somewhere will frown continuously for a 9,000-year span. He is the first and smallest of the smaller gods, appointed in servitude of a vile, unfathomable pantheon of middling gods, which caters to the whims of the noble circle of horror terrors. An omniscient, omnipotent order of the elite few, forever cloaked in the darkness of the furthest ring.
That might be important, might not.
And then there's a strange page containing some rather mysterious notes on summoning procedures. You've never been quite sure what these diagrams are getting at.
Huh. Seems kind of interesting to have to plug a window in.
Yeah.
Anyway, Rose, take items and proceed downstairs.
Just gonna take a quick drink. You recaptcha-log everything the way you want it to appear in the tree and head downstairs. You figure that's enough dilly-dallying. Time to get a move on.
We're trying to get Rose and her laptop plugged in.
I guess how much did you miss? Like, Ricky, where were you? When were you last? What's the last thing you remember? Because it might be very easy to explain, and it might be very hard to explain, depending on that.
As we see here, Rose is experiencing some typical New York weather.
Lots of rain, lots of not rain. Yeah, for anyone who misses stuff, I definitely recommend just like going back in the VOD and seeing what parts you missed. Oh, buddy, you're way behind.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So, long story short, they stopped the meteor. Or, were you there for the meteor?
Well, there was a meteor coming towards John's
Yeah.
house because of the game.
Yes.
They stopped the meteor
There's-
by transporting John to this world. And now the same thing's happening to Rose. And now Rose needs to get her computer connected and someone to connect her so that her house can be teleported after the or before the meteor hits.
Yep.
Hello, trash can wolves. I have a command for you. I don't
Wonder if
remember
this
what it
wing
is.
will ever let up. It's driven since the month began, perhaps long enough to forget its purpose. It no longer even knows how to assuage fire. Somewhere a zealous god trends these strings between the clouds and earth, paying for a symphony it fears impossible to play. And so it threads on, delaying the rays of the conductor's baton. How you hate this season. April is the cruelest month, breeding lilacs out of the dead land, mixing memory and desire, stirring dull roots with spring rain. American sports legend Charles Barkley.
Also notice that her house is the Frank Lloyd Wright's Falling Water. Rose, confront mother in hall.
Surely your mother is lurking nearby. You should be prepared for an unpleasant confront.
What?
There's this really cool dude, okay? He's standing around being all chill like cool dudes are known to do sometimes. A cool dude like this probably is a real cool name. But he probably wouldn't just tell you what it was if you asked. He'd be way too busy for that, busy being totally sweet. You can always try to guess his name, and if you were right, he might nod ever so slightly. That's a cool dude's way of letting you know there might just be hope for you yet.
Enter name. Insufferable prick.
This guy doesn't have time for this sort of bullshit.
Try again.
Katana.
Yeah, I love the katanas.
Yeah.
His name is Dave Strider. Examine room.
And the baby is you. He's the one who gives birth to John.
Yeah. He is boy pregnant.
He does. Your name is Dave. It is an unseasonably warm April day. Your bedroom window is open to let some air in, and your fan is cranked. Arguably even more cranked would be your fly beats, which brings us to your variety of interests. A cool dude like you is sure to have plenty. You have a penchant for spinning out unbelievably ill jams with your turntables and mixing gear. You like to rave about bands no one's ever heard of but you. You collect weird dead things preserved in various ways. You are an amateur photographer and operate your own makeshift darkroom. You maintain a number of ironically humorous blogs, websites, and social networking profiles. And if the inspiration strikes, you don't hesitate to drop some fat rhymes on a mofo and represent. What will you do?
Dave, quickly retrieve arms from cinder blocks.
See, he's got... Nah.
Dave, get the damn beta and save your friend's life.
This notion strikes you as nonsensical. You can't imagine how a video game could save someone's life, and in any case, you're quite sure no one you know is in any danger. Anyways, these are your copies of the beta you received in the mail recently. You've labeled them with your bro's name... you've labeled them in your name with... What? You've labeled them with your name in bold red print to distinguish them from your bro's copies, who labeled his in kind. Neither of you really gives a shit about this game or has any intention of playing it, but you'll be damned if you'll let that get in the way of your campaign of one-upsmanship.
Dave, bleat like a goat and piss on your turntable.
Those both sound like things Renata would do.
I know, right?
You would never consider allowing any fluid even remotely resembling urine to touch your beloved turntables. That would risk breaking them, and a world without the gift of your godly science just doesn't sound like a place you want any part of. While you're at it, you might as well wipe out human civilization with a meteor or something ridiculous like that, which will probably never happen. That sort of thing only happens in stupid idiot movies for stupid idiots.
This feels like
You
a
will,
run,
however,
run
consider
VTuber.
contemplate bleeding like a goat for ironically humorous purposes at a later date.
Dave, examine closet.
This is your closet. This is where you keep a lot of your crap. Like that box and that bottle of... What is that? Is that?
Dave, check the blue box.
This is the package that your friend John Egbert sent you for your 13th birthday a little while ago. It now contains nothing except a note and a certificate of authenticity vouching for the genuine Hollywood memorabilia which the box originally contained, in which you are now wearing to be ironic but also to be incredibly cool in a way somehow intangibly related to the ironic nature of the accessory. You find it sort of exasperating to explain these subtleties to people. The box also includes a signed photo of Ben Stiller, which now proudly hangs above your closet. Proudly and ironically.
Dave, take box.
You captcha-log the box through your hash map fetch modus. Your modus's current hash function resolves the index by valuing each consonant at 2 and each vowel at 1. The total is divided by your number of cards, and the remainder is the index. Box equals 2 plus 1 plus 2 equals 5. 5% 10 equals 5. The box is categorized in card 5.
Dave, examine jar.
In card 5.
Dave, examine jar of unknown yellow substance in the closet.
Oh, hell yes. It is an unopened container of apple juice. You thought you were all out. It is like fucking Christmas up in here. This is so great. You've got to tell John about this immediately. He'll be so excited.
Oh my god, Nana just handed me some apple juice.
Are you sure it's not apple blood?
Let's see.
You sure it's not piss?
It's piss! Dave, take juice.
You captcha-log the juice into card 7. 2 plus 1 plus 1 plus 2 plus 1% 10 equals 7.
Dave, access Pester Chum and Pester John.
In addition to letting your buddy know about this outstanding juice windfall, you figure you'll wish him a happy birthday while you're at it. In your cool, sort of roundabout way, of course. Good thing you looked at that box he sent you, or you might have forgotten. You also might as well ask him about that beta. The kid's been harping about it for weeks. It'll be cool if it came on his birthday. He'd be one happy camper.
Okay, he opens up Pester Chum. He's running Pester Chum 7.0, while John was running 6.0.
Well, he seems to be more programming savvy.
Yeah.
So I could see John being, like, not able to figure out how to update.
So this, I think this is the same conversation.
Oh yeah, no,
Yeah.
it goes back in time a lot
Yeah.
during this part.
Yeah. So this is the same conversation that happened a lot earlier.
Yeah, I don't mind redoing it, if you don't mind redoing it.
Or I guess in the interest of time, we can keep going.
Yeah, I'm fine with either.
Alright. Dave, go online and view sites indicative of your interests.
You open the Hephaestus web browser and direct it to your ironically maintained blog where you post monthly satirical reviews of Game Bro magazine. Your latest post is a review of the March issue.
Spicy sweet chili.
Grand snack, fuck yeah. You've been meaning to write a review for the latest issue too, but you've been sort of dogging it. Something about the game they're reviewing just doesn't strike you as ripe for satirical purposes.
Did Vlad want to read that website, or is that too small?
Too small.
Too small. Okay. Even I'm having a
Also,
hard time.
note that it's Sweet Bros.
Yeah, Sweet Bros Hella blog. All right, next page.
In a new tab... oops. In a new tab, you open another one of your sites. A webcomic ironically maintained through a satirical cipher vaguely similar to that of your blog. It's called Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff. You have legions of devoted fans, most of whom are totally convinced of your creative persona's sincerity, which is just how you like it.
I think it would behoove us to click that link and open that tab.
Okay, will do. So I guess, who are we, who's I don't know who's who, but, who's voicing which guy?
I am, Vlad can be Sweet Bro, and I will be Hella Jeff.
Okay.
I've actually gone through this. It is like the full Sweet Bro Hella Jeff stuff that you click into. So I don't think we need to read it.
Not all of them, but maybe like the first 5.
I need to get going soon too, so maybe it's best if I don't read it.
Okay, we can read these next time. But look at my beautiful border. I just wanted to show off this advertisement that I shared in our chat earlier. Yeah, there's 46 comics, so become a baby, retain your adult knowledge, and assume form of human infant. Your satisfaction guaranteed. All right.
That is a great ad.
What time do you have to leave?
I have to be going by 5:30, and that's an hour before, and I still need to get ready.
Okay. So, like 10 minutes, 15 more minutes, or I don't know how long it takes you.
I don't know if I can. I don't think I can do 10 more minutes.
Okay, so we'll just
do we want to call it here?
Yeah, we can. It's a good spot to stop, anyways.
Yeah.
Yes, we have just
been remember that we left off on Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. We'll start next week, or we'll start next time. You can in the top right corner, you can bookmark your data. And it'll leave a pin right where we left off, which is very helpful. But yeah, we will do. Let me pull up my calendar so that everyone knows
I
when
think would be the 26th. Would be the next.
I believe so. I have it marked on my calendar. Hold on. Yes, Saturday the 26th will be the next time that we convene. We will start with reading Sweet Bro and Hella Jeff, and then doing more of Act 2. So, thank you, Vlad. Good luck at your drag show, and thank you for celebrating this momentous occasion.
Yeah, have fun at your drag show. This was very interesting. I was not expecting it to be this straightforward so far.
Yeah, right? In the process, while Vlad dips out, well, I'll look for someone to raid, so keep talking if you wish.
Maybe my brain just will maybe it's a boiling frog deal where my brain will just slowly melt and I won't even notice it.
No, you're doing great. Okay, we're going to... Ooh, my buddy Redria is playing Repo. I love Redria, so let's raid to Redria. So...
I'm probably gonna, hop out,
Peace.
but...
Bye! Alright, let's raid off. Alright, I will see you guys tomorrow for more Kingdom Hearts, and more of this will be on Saturday the 26th. So if you enjoyed Homestuck... Yeah, if you're in the Discord, you can join for some Five Nights at Freddy's tonight as Orville reads the next book.
I have the third and so far final tome of the Five Nights at Freddy's Choose Your Own Adventures.
All right, so I'll see you guys for this on Saturday the 26th, and tomorrow I'll be doing some more Kingdom Hearts with Jill. So we're gonna raid off to Redria, who's playing Repo with some friends. I've been told this game looks kind of like Bug Snacks, but with guns. So yeah, I will see you guys next time. If you have not heard it yet today, remember that we love you. Goodbye.
Yeah. Bye.
Bye-bye.